fighting games are going through some big updates.
Yes. So since there hasn't been any big announcements or anything that I can think of in fighting games, I figured we'd talk about scrapped designs mostly.
About what designs?
Scrapped designs, because as you know, Capcom in Street Fighter 6 put in a lot of their scrapped designs for characters, and
are we going to talk about the DLC scrap designs? Because I know we talked about base
Yes.
roster scrap designs like a year ago.
Yes, I have the scrap designs. So in the game, only Rashid and Akuma have those. I have yet to find the ones for Ed and Aki. Although I can take a
Ed
look
definitely
real quick.
has one. I've seen it. I remember seeing Ed's scrap designs sheet because universal reception, well, not the near universal reception was, wow, almost all of these are ass.
Okay, I typed in scrap designs, and it's over 30 scrap design costume designs for Akuma, Ed, and Aki and Rashid, revealed by Street Fighter 6 director. The images are like, okay, so here's an design that looks like Aki. Here's like balding Akuma, balding businessman Akuma. That's whatever. But in the middle, it just looks like that's definitely not Aki. It's like I don't know. It's female Ed, but it's not fuck.
I'm actually not seeing the scrap designs for Aki. I'm seeing the concept art for two designs that actually made it in, but
give me a sec. I'll post this in the voice text, and then I'll post the actual scrap designs in the scrap designs thing that I have. So there's the voice text. That's the image that I was talking about. That's weird.
oh.
I don't know who the middle character is, but
the middle character looks like... I mean, the middle character is presumably still an Aki design because she's still very clearly Chinese.
Yeah.
And has the long syringe nails, but like that's a fucking Stellar Blade design, isn't it?
Yes. All right, I have found Ed.
Good lord.
I'm gonna look up Aki now. And wouldn't you know, Judy. Aki might not have scrap designs aside from that one. I guess that too.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay, let's see. Is there anything in this article with that weird image? Yes, actually.
Excuse me, I need to cough.
Okay.
Excuse me. Oh.
So let us see. There's a couple designs here that weren't in the that aren't in those, I don't think. Because the ones that we receive in Street Fighter 6 are the highlights.
Yeah. Which is why balding businessman Akuma got left out.
Yeah. So I guess I'll post those as we get to them. So I guess let's start with Rashid.
Rashid, let's go in order of release.
Yes. So I will post our second Rashid thing with a spoiler. Never mind, it just made a space. So there you go. So we have the ones in the game. And let's see, it's been a while since I've seen this. As always, I like the design that reminds me of Falcon.
Okay, if we're numbering them from going left to right and then top to bottom, 1 to 10 or what have you. Yeah, that's 10 designs, so 1 to 10. What would the Falcon design be? Because I'm having trouble remembering.
Checking. 9.
9. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like
that Rashid is very Lucio.
Like it reminds me of Jet Set Radio. And
yes.
Falcon.
Which I guess is very Lucio. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a toy. That Rashid looks like a toy I would have had when I was 10.
Yeah. Like I like that design. It sets him apart. I think that could have worked as his DLC costume. and the DLC costume that he got kind of just feels like a worse version of it to me.
I the DLC costume for Rashid I do like because it's very parkour, and you most of the time you forget Rashid's supposed to be parkour at all.
I don't know. Once again, like when I see people doing parkour, it's just like in normal ass clothes. So
Yeah, but they want to carry through the visual of this guy is super duper parkoury, right?
yeah,
Now, I will say, out of Rashid's designs, I think we all know what the funniest design is.
10.
Yes, Disco Pimp Rashid.
Which, by the way, I might actually sit down and edit this podcast so people might see this artwork on screen right now, if I remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking Dancing King, Rashid.
See, there's several Rashid designs here I actually really like, and then there's several here that are just like complete ass.
Yeah, I feel like the cybernetic Doc Ock stuff doesn't really work.
Yeah, strapping a drone to his back is admittedly very funny. Because it's stupid, but it's very funny.
Also, look at the top, he
looks
fly.
like a dumbass.
Drone Rashid can fly.
Yeah, I can see that above the logo, but he looks like a dumbass.
He is a dumbass.
Well, that's true, but still. I think it's interesting that designs number 4 and number 7 are trying to be direct evolutions of Street Fighter V's Rashid design, which I don't like Street Fighter V's Rashid design. But nonetheless, I do think that's interesting to have such direct evolutions similar to Ryu's, right?
Yeah. Although, I hit the microphone, sorry. So yeah, although I don't know how I feel about the Stormtrooper helmet in 7.
You say Stormtrooper? That looks like a Gundam helmet to me.
It's kind of a mix of the two. Like it looks like
it's definitely more menacing than Rashid should have.
Yeah, like it to me it looks like, well, it also looks out of place, but to me it looks like the base helmet is a mixture of a Stormtrooper and a Gundam helmet, and then you strap a Scouter on top of it. Which, I mean, he did have a Scouter, but still.
Yeah. You know what? Okay, so I think I've said this before, that the Scouter was my big problem with Street Fighter V Rashid's. It's odd. Street Fighter 4's Rashid, excuse me, not Street Fighter 4. There is no Street Fighter 4 Rashid. But design number 4 on this sheet, to me, it's definitely a bit busy. But I actually quite like it better than Street Fighter 5's Rashid design because there's more tech than just the Scouter, so it doesn't feel like it's just a little token thing they threw on top of a otherwise perfectly normal design to give the idea of him being a tech head. Like, that design number 4 looks like it's fully committed to having Rashid simultaneously have the visual language of, hey, I'm Arab, and also, hey, I'm a tech geek.
Yeah, although I feel like the exoskeleton is a bit too big. If that makes sense, like it's too much. If it was only like if it was only like a belt and the armband, then part of the stuff in the arm. Yeah, I feel like that could work, but it's being a full on exoskeleton for some reason is a bit too much.
It makes Rashid look a lot more intense than he actually is.
Yeah,
makes Rashid look like he's going to pile bunker you.
Yeah, which, by the way, like once again, looking over at the Falcon design, like I have to mention, it really feels like there's someone on the Street Fighter 6 design team that is really cooking, and they're not letting him. Like I would buy these costumes as DLC the second they release for $20. You know?
Yeah. Okay. Now, would you agree with me here that the worst design, that's not in a funny way like number 10, the worst design is number 3?
Yeah.
They wanted to give him like a kind of a parachuting jacket look, but instead he looks like that Shinsuke Nakamura shit, where Vince is embarrassed of his physique and is giving him like a cleavage exposing suit to try and cover it up.
Yeah, like 1 and 8 are kind of just boring, but they're not bad. 3 is...
yeah? I'm a sucker for asymmetrical visual design, so I like the one sleeve on number 8.
See, I think it's too, I feel like it's not counterbalanced anyway on like, I don't mean like, it being symmetrical, but usually, like basically, the sleeve on number 8 to me is too busy for the rest of the character design to balance it out.
That's true. I like the contrast between the white and the orange, but It's definitely more visually busy than the rest of his outfit, which is more or less just plain white with no patterns.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think of number 6. Number 6 is like, you know what number 6 looks like? It seems like Rashid's equivalent to the fucking costume that Wolverine gets in every game of him coming out of the fucking test tube with the helmet and all the shit, and he's in his boxers.
Yeah. Rashid is arriving to the battlefield straight from his fucking Tatsune Miku VR porn machine.
Like, that's Weapon X Rashid.
Yeah. Weapon R.
Yeah. Like, that is the Rashid that is simply... The way you run into him as a master is that you're inside fucking Neo Shadowloo or whatever, and they've got that Rashid in a test tube, and you break him out.
Yeah, fighting Shinakuma, who is not Shinakuma, in Metal Hub, made me remember the actual name of the company, which is CERN. SIRN.
Yes. That's right,
Which, like, you know, I know this because they called Shinakuma CERN Akuma. And because it wasn't real Akuma, it was a hologram.
I see.
But yeah, so Rashid had these, and then if we scroll down to the bottom, there's a couple more. Which
I would say we would keep the same numbers here, right?
Yeah, so going from left to right, top to bottom. They really wanted the drone to work. It didn't. With one.
No, and they could tell that design was actually kind of a weaker design, even though they tried to make it make more sense with the drone unfolding.
Yeah. And then here's a version of Design 8. Both Design 8 in the previous one, which is 3 here, I guess, and then 2 is just a different version of that with less busyness.
If we were to number things here, does design number 5 not like have for some reason for me it has big energy of Wooly? I can't put the words why, but
the one with the orange pants or the one with the white pants?
Well, it's Wooly, so probably the orange pants.
Yeah. I also like the health of Rashid that we have down there.
Yeah, we're gonna ignore him. He's not getting numbered. No legs, no numbers, pal.
Yeah.
Number 6 is like if Rashid were Han Solo, like a charming rogue.
Yeah, and then for Rashid is just a loss. It's bad. Like,
yeah, for Rashid is a fucking Seattleite liberal college student going on a hike in the mountains.
Yeah.
Number 4 is a dumbass American young adult that dies in the Himalayas.
because he went to the Himalayas in a crop top.
Yeah.
And considering like Rashid's D'Angelo area, probably no underpants.
No. Oh, you're right, he's got that pants cleavage.
Yeah.
Ladies.
I don't know exactly where it came from. Retro media once called it the D'Angelo area. And like, I mean, sure, that's its name now.
Yeah. I guess he's I guess he's shaving and not natural down there. All right. Okay, the Ed designs.
Yes.
Oh boy.
But 1 second, let me grab the other Ed designs before we begin with those.
Fair enough.
So there's the second batch of Ed, but yes, the ones in game.
So there was a lot of the vanilla scrap design sets that we looked at and were like, ooh, I would like a few of these as DLC costumes. But there was also quite a few that we looked at the scrap designs and went, nope, they went with the correct choice for the in-game attire. Yeah, Ed's fit into the latter group here.
Yeah, I like which number would that be? I like 9 once again. Like 9, but here's the thing: 9 is funny. 9 is not good. 9 is just really funny.
Yet 9 fits into the routine problem with Ed of making a male stripper for some reason.
Yeah, which I'm fine with personally, but still, that shouldn't be his default design. No.
No. Also, Tan, of course, was the one that kind of made it into game as the DLC costume. But why did the artist make Tin Ed look like a Persona character?
He's the development room attendant. This game.
Yes, exactly. He looks like a fucking Velvet Room attendant.
He looks like Theodore.
Yes.
But yeah, I like 5. I like the
5.
yeah?
5 looks like a Naruto villain.
Kind of, yes. Like, he looks more. Actually, no. He looks like a Bleach villain.
5, if he zipped down so that it wasn't sensuously exposing his belly button, I think I'd like it better.
See, I like it because of the belt around the belly button and all that. Like, I like the weird fucking shape it gives the jacket.
He looks like the anime character who's plotting something.
Yeah, that is true. Like, once again, I wouldn't like that as a default design for it. As a DLC costume, I would be fine with it. But none of these jump out at me like Rashid's Falcon design. Where I go, oh yes, I would buy this right now for $20.
Some of these just look too much like a fucking Devil May Cry character. Because, I mean, of course the joke with Ed has always been that he looks like Nero. But design number 8 looks like fucking Nero stole Lucius' clothes.
And do we want to talk about design 3?
3, there's too much going on with that vest. If that vest was just a straight regular vest, then I'd be interested.
Like I'd say, like, to me, number 3 looks like they tried to design Jotaro Kujo for rival schools.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I do like the hat though. The hat works for Ed. The trucker cap.
It can work, but it makes him look a bit too much like Terry Bogard. At least in this image.
Absolutely. Definitely. Being too much like Terry Bogard isn't that much of a problem, but still, you're right, yeah.
I also don't mind the second design. Like the first one, I'm ignoring the first design because it's more or less what we got, and like, you know, I like the design that we got. Although I will say I kind of would like the design we got with the baggy pants better. I don't like how they accentuate his legs.
The baggy pants are too baggy.
I don't know. It fits with the street punk aesthetic that he has going on with this outfit.
I think that's some of Ed's problem is that Ed's simultaneously got the street punk baggy clothes thing going on, but he's also got the fuckboy thing going on.
Yeah.
And the two looks clash. I mean, just with that design, that first design. Like, the baggy pants, okay, that's punk, that's trying to cover up your body, that's you're ashamed of your body kind of clothing language. But then he's got this sweatshirt pulled down. He's fucking wore out the neckband on his sweatshirt so that it sensuously exposes its fucking cleavage, the kind of cleavage that Sea Viper would be envious of. And it's like, you cannot be punk, goth, ashamed of your body, and also fuckboy at the same time.
Oh no, you can. I've seen enough people online do it to know that yes, you can. You can both be a punk, goth, fuckboy at the same time.
Yeah, but there's goth fuckboy, and then there's goth I'm ashamed of my body and want to shrink into a little shell. You can't do both at the same time.
No, see, that's the thing. Like, usually the clothing I've seen on goth fuckboys is baggy pants and revealing the shirt. I don't know why that's the get up, but
maybe if you have the pants hanging low enough that they do the D'Angelo, right?
Yes.
Other than that, there you go. Also, I gotta mention, I know that's probably boxing gloves on attire 1. But the way it's drawn looks like either MMA glove or knuckle wraps. We need an Ed costume with knuckle wraps.
Yes, I was about to say, like, I thought those were knuckle wraps because that works. Like, once again, to me, the first design, well, like, at all, completely works. Like, looking at the first design, overall, it works. As you said, the neckline might be a bit too low to make sense with the sleeves actually, like, existing still. But
yeah.
But otherwise, like, I like that. I might even like that better than the actual design we got, just because I like the pants better. That's it.
Can I just say, it really speaks to how much they've improved Ed in Street Fighter 6 that we're actually interested in talking about this, and we didn't just kind of groan and quickly move on past Ed's designs.
Yeah. But yeah, design 2, I also think that that's fine. Like,
yeah, it's fine.
like once again, it's nothing special, but I could I could see this in the game and go, okay, yeah, it's okay. Like, I'm not popping every time I see it, but it's good. Really, the
Design
yeah.
Design 4 looks like the fucking oil derrick dude from Dead or Alive 5. Rig, I think that's his name. Rig. Like, that's not fighting attire. It was stupid in Dead or Alive, and it's stupid here.
Attire 4 reminds me of Roy Mustang.
That's Fire Kick dude from Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist, and I nearly called it Brotherhood, but it doesn't have to necessarily be Brotherhood, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, he's not Fire Kick dude. He's Snap to make fire dude. Explosions.
Oh, I see.
But yes, that guy. Like, Mustang has black hair and short hair, but otherwise, like, I don't know why, but the outfit, I guess. The outfit specifically reminds me of Roy Mustang. It's something he would wear.
Yeah, I can vaguely remember what the character looks like, and that does seem accurate, yeah. I think Design 6 and 7, those are both pretty fucking bad. Design 6, I mean, is passable. Design 6 looks like it's Ed trying to fit into Nashal. Which I guess would make sense
perhaps.
for a certain degree of, like, depending on character placement, but otherwise, it's not distinctive.
Yeah.
Design 7 is an airplane attendant.
Yeah. I mean, Ed isn't even in Nashal. He's in
He's
Metro
not?
City. No, he's in Metro City.
Oh, that makes it make even less sense.
Ed is hiding in the subway.
Oh, of course he is. Right, that's what the initial character reveal is, him beating up goons in the subway.
Yeah. But
yeah, I think there's definitely redeemable designs here, but none of these are ones that work outright. They all need modification, right?
Yes. That and also, like, once again, if you're thinking about these as DLC costumes, but at the same time, like, none of these would have worked as a base design.
No, yeah. Even Design 10, which got into the game, I think we can all agree doesn't work as a base design because it didn't in Street Fighter V.
Yeah.
The cape, the shoulder cape, the coat cape is cool, but it makes the design too busy for a base game design, for a base design.
Yeah. Alright, and then we have the additional Ed outfits in the audit thing, and oh boy, some of these. Okay,
yeah.
The Falcon design is hidden here.
Yeah, oh, Jesus Christ.
That's not good. Okay, where do we begin?
Fuck. Okay, I guess we'll number it here. Yeah, it's 5 designs up top and 6 designs on the bottom. So, yeah, I guess that would number it out to, there should be 11 here, though I guess it's worth noting that the design number 8 we've already commented on, and designs 6, 7, and 8 we've already commented on. 7 is just a color variation on 8 anyways. But Jesus Christ.
I mean, so yes, usually I like the colorful Falcon-like designs, but not this one. No. I mean,
yeah,
it's
designs
a bit too,
1
yeah.
Designs 1 and 2, is he joining the British police?
Yes. Cammy is adopting him.
But he's got, like, he's torn half of a cropped leather jacket in half. He's, like, torn a leather jacket in half. There was already one that was cropped up to the boobies. And then he's tied a belt around it to strap it onto one shoulder but not the other. And I don't even know what the fuck is going on around the belt.
The belt was designed by guest artist Tetsuya Nomura.
And design number 2 is Ed steals from Saul Goodman's closet.
Design number 2 is Ed has been sent back to the 1930s and he's joined the mob.
They didn't have pink dress shirts back then. That is some Saul Goodman ass shit there. Design 4 is crawling in my skin. There you go.
Yeah. Design number 4 is one step away from trying to become the Terry Bogard.
Design number 5 is...
Wait, no, I was thinking of 5. 4, I'm fine with it. I don't like that. I'm not the biggest fan of the Punisher. Fucking... whatever. Gloves, yeah. But aside from that, I think it's fine.
The hat and the hoodie at the same time is too much, and it makes him look like an MCU character trying to just be disguised.
Maybe, although like once again, it's a thing of like that depends on what they wanted to do with the character. Because like Street Punk, this works with that somewhat. The shoes are a bit too dress for it, but otherwise, this can work. But like, yeah.
Design 5 looks like he is about to have to leave his small town with his 2 best friends, including the girl that he's been friends with since he was a child. They're off to go learn magic, fight the dragon, go on an adventure, and eventually kill God.
Yeah.
That's a fucking JRPG-ass design. Also, is he wearing like a corset?
I can't tell from
How
this.
big is that gold chain?
Give me a sec. I'm gonna zoom into the thing on the site that I got these from. It's hard to tell. It can be a singlet or it can be belts.
I think it's both. Yeah, design 9 looks like Ed's been caught doing yoga.
Yeah.
And
design 10 design 10 is Eddie's guest starring in King of Fighters 98.
Design 10 is Ed is going, if Ed crosses his arms, then a supreme brick will appear out of the ether, and a heavily toasted audio file is going to start playing. A fucking deep fried audio.
See, that would be true if his jacket wasn't white. If his jacket had like a busy pattern on it, then the supreme brick would appear.
Like, and he's got the unsure smile of, I was told that buying a Supreme jacket would make me cool. That, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm definitely glad we didn't get any of these.
All right, Aki. I put the additional... Oh, wait, right. Aki doesn't have the in-game ones.
Yeah, okay, wow. Well, one of these is just a Skullgirls character.
The second one.
Actually, several of these are Skullgirls characters.
Yeah.
This gets fucked up by the fact that there's a quadrant. Like, there's a set of 4 in the bottom left corner, so we can't really put the numbers thing. Or it's harder to put the numbers thing on it, right?
We can talk. Okay, so we can do it with, we number the big ones and then we hit the quadrant separately.
That's a good idea. Okay. 1, no. Aki doesn't work if she's a little teenager. No.
Yeah, I don't like 1 either. 2, 2 is a bit uninspired, but at the same time I kind of like it. It's funny.
It's a neat idea, but the gas mask too big and clunky. It would fuck up several move animations, and it's too similar to Jury.
Yeah. Why is Fortashenko?
Well, in fairness, Ziku is just Strider, so...
I mean, true.
3, I like bandaged up designs. The burned man from Fallout New Vegas is a good design.
Three is a Soul Eater character.
I would believe that.
Let me see if I can find them.
The hoodie being like framed like that is a weird choice. The hoodie over Key Pal is definitely an interesting design choice. But I don't like the way it hangs, especially because it's nonsense. And like half of the move should cause it to just fall off her.
Yeah. Like Aki's shirt design in this reminds me of this character.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably part of why it almost entirely got rejected.
But yeah, design
number
5. Yeah?
I actually like number 4, not as an Aki design, but actually as an alternate attire for fucking Li Fin. That is the name of Chun-Li's daughter, right?
I don't remember.
I think it is. Like, number 4 should be when Chun-Li forces Li Fin to wear a dress.
Yeah.
Number 5, big fan of that design. Except that it doesn't work for Aki at all.
Yeah.
If
like
it was a more...
like the Zack Ryder tights don't work. I'm sad to say.
Like, if it... Number 5 is Buxom Seductress, which is not Aki. Like, Aki... Pink would kill me if he heard this. Aki had to be flat-chested.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people out there who are really into Aki. And they're down bad for her. And they probably wouldn't be if she was buxom. But also because it just, I don't know, having every woman in Street Fighter be buxom doesn't make any sense, yeah, if you ask me. There should be some chicks there should be differing body types, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think 6 has been very good at that. And making Aki, well, shaped like Chun-Li, she wouldn't have stood out. She wouldn't have been unique. She wouldn't have had a unique silhouette. That number 5 just legitimately looks like evil Chun-Li. It's just an evil Chun-Li design.
Yeah. Design number 6. I'm in the same position as you did with 5. I like the design, just not for her. Like
design number 6 is a fucking Skullgirls design. Look at her face.
Kinda.
Also, the stupid poison pots on her legs just makes her look super unwieldy.
I like the poison pots because it's funny.
They look like they should shoot out jets for her to take flight.
Who's to say? Maybe she used to have the bird super, and she did by doing that.
That'd still make more sense than Fong.
Yeah.
Design number 7 would work in a universe that isn't Street Fighter.
Yeah, design number 7 is a bit too normal.
Plain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Design number 7 would work in like a universe where, I mean, like it's a good design. It's just plain.
Yeah. And design number 8, not 8. Oh wait. No, it is 8. So yeah, design number 8 to me is the winner of this crop. But once again, not as a base costume.
And it's kind of the opposite of design number 7. There's too much going on for Street Fighter. Design number 8 looks like a BlazBlue character. One of the better BlazBlue characters, but it looks like a BlazBlue character.
See, like to me, to have that design fit into Street Fighter, I mean, obviously, she shouldn't have bugs crawling over her hands, for one. But also,
she looks like she should be Fong's master, not his apprentice in design number 8.
Kinda. But also, I think the bandages might be a bit too much. Like, I like the bandages, but for Street Fighter, it might be a bit too busy.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise, I think this could work. Maybe, like, I can tell if the splashes behind her are supposed to be her, whatchamacallit, her dress being ripped. If so, then that shouldn't be the case. But otherwise, like, I think this could fit with a little adjustment.
Yeah.
And then design number 9 is just a Korean MMO character.
It's the Stellar Blade chick with a skirt and the ass slider turned down from 10 to, I don't know, probably 2.
Yeah.
Design number 9 is a unlockable outfit in Bayonetta.
Maybe. But only for Viola or whatever her name was.
Probably.
And then to hit the quadrant. Now...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Design number 1, no.
Design number 1, as I said, making Aki buxom, I think, would have been a mistake.
Yeah. Now, not to go completely out of order, but design number 4 is funny. It also no, but for the complete opposite reason.
Yeah, all of these, I think that it was important that Aki looked like a fucking weirdo alien.
Yeah.
And none of these designs on this sheet achieve that effect.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't have minded 3 from the quadrant or 8. But once again, like, I think those work as DLC costumes. No, 3 from this quadrant doesn't work as a DLC costume. 3 works for probably the fucking Skullgirls character from this sheet as a DLC costume, but, you know.
The hair would still need to be changed in all of them. They look too much like normal human hair, not Aki's weird white hair.
Okay, but imagine if they put in design number 8, but instead of the hat, it's just her hair.
That would maybe be like far off, distant in the future, older Aki. The hair's grown out and she's gotten better at the poison, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the quadrant, design number 1 looks like a DMC reboot character.
Yeah.
Design number 1 screams to me, this is from the time period when they wanted Street Fighter 6 to look more realistic.
Yeah, perhaps. Design number
2 is some kind of schoolgirl supervillain.
Yeah.
From the quadrant, I mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Design 3 from the quadrant honestly looks more like a Mortal Kombat character than a Street Fighter character.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Design number 4 from the quadrant, Korean MMO.
See, no, because Korean MMO may look like Stellar Blade. Like the.
That's true.
No, this is like. Design number 3 in the quadrant is a Serena alt attire, and design number 4 is a Mei alt attire from Guilty Gear.
Yeah, though Mei is still confused about. It's for when Mei tries to acknowledge her heritage, but she doesn't understand the difference between Japan and China.
Yeah. All right, then. Akuma doesn't have a lot of designs that are on the sheet, but I'll put it in a.
I think it really neat. Some of them I think are really fucking stupid.
What's really stupid?
Some of the designs on Akuma's sheet I think are really
yeah.
neat. Some of them I think are really stupid.
Most of them, if you ask me, are really fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Akuma had a bunch of losers and then like maybe 2 okay ones. And then the 2 okay ones are the ones that they went with.
Yeah, I will say, it is a very cool idea, design 1, that is seemingly Shin Akuma has fucking lost it, or Oni has almost entirely won the battle in Akuma's heart. And some fucking exorcist has come along and put a bunch of the fucking banishment papers on him to try and stop him, and they failed.
Yeah. Like, once again, my problem with design 1 is the same problem I have with his DLC 3. I want him to have fence. Like, I get what they're going for, I just don't think it works. Really.
Design 1 should be an Oni attire. It should be when Oni first breaks out.
Yeah.
And it'll be sick. And I don't know, when Oni breaks out, does he burn off Akuma's beard, I guess? Whatever.
Design number 2 is just bad.
Design 2 is too... Okay. Akuma was based off of statues, right?
Yeah, the
statues,
Neo statues, yes.
Yeah, Design 2 is too explicit with it. He's just a rip of that one fucking statue.
My favorite thing I've heard about this sheet is people cropping that design 2 for Akuma and saying, Remember back in 2005 when you googled Super Saiyan 5 and then you'd get images like these, whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah,
that is the version. That is if Akuma spent too long in Asura's Wrath. That's what number 2 Akuma looks like. Number 3 Akuma,
it's a bit too silly.
It's like way too silly.
Like it's okay. So here it's a combination of in the face, like it's the same problem as Street Fighter V Akuma. In the facial department, it's too different and too weird, and then everything else is just normal.
Yes, except he looks like Grey Hulk for some reason though.
He's been
purple
taking
pants plus the gray skin.
He's been taking bets in that skin whitening cream that they sell in Japan.
Good lord. Yeah, the big mustache. I mean, giving Akuma a mustache to go with the beard is a way of solving the flower problem from the last game. But it wasn't this, man. It wasn't that.
Yeah, no.
That was bad. 4, it's an interesting idea to have Akuma sit in one place long enough that he grows mold and fucking mushrooms. It's also stupid.
Yeah.
Again, it makes Akuma look like a joke.
The best part of that design is the bird.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, like Akuma having the bracelets and you know, being kind to birds and whatever, like, sure, whatever, I can accept that. The rest, no, not really. Like, okay, this outfit would work better if in the story they made Akuma into a fucking sake merchant and he just had one of those sake barrels on his back.
Design 4 is what I would expect him to look like when you first run into him, and then when he wakes up or whatever, the mushrooms burn off of him. Yeah. Design 5 looks like you should be young Akuma, not old Akuma.
Design number 5 looks like Akuma is trying really hard to win the breakdance competition.
Yeah. Also, what's going on with his right arm?
I don't know.
It looks like it's coming out the middle of his torso.
I think that's trying to show that the jacket is very loose fitting.
It looks stanky.
Yeah. Design number 6. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't hate design number 6, but it's once again the problem is that like they in some parts they went all out and in other parts they didn't go for enough to compensate with that. Because like the armbands, I'm not the biggest fan, but whatever, they could work. Although I think I'd prefer if he had the armbands from design number 1. But also the pants. The pants should look different. Like Akuma shouldn't just wear his regular pants if he's also wearing arm guards that go up to his shoulder.
He's wearing the gi, it's just he's taking the top down. You can see it hanging over the sides.
True, but still, like, you know, once again, he shouldn't wear his regular pants. And all, I guess really the problem here for me is that he like cut off the bottom of his gi pants so that they only reach to his knee or what? Like, it looks weird.
Yeah. Also, the color grading on his hair, I get that it's supposed to be that his hair is graying, but he never had the care to actually cut off the parts of his hair that are still the old red color. But the grading shouldn't be so harsh. It shouldn't just go straight from red to white.
Yeah.
Design 7? The zebra print looks goofy and makes him look like he's wearing Zubaz, but other than that, I actually like Design 7.
Design 7, once again, I think it could work if we gave him the armbands from Design 1. And also
he's almost there. He's halfway there.
And then also if we change out the zebra pattern.
Yeah, still an animal fur would be nice, but change it out for something more subtle. Something that doesn't clash so much. much.
Yeah, I mean, changing it out so it's still it's just like for example, like from what I can tell, the fur that he's supposed to wear in his actual design in Street Fighter 6 is like bear fur. You just change the zebra print out to bear fur, and it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. But then at that point, how many steps are you away from the Street Fighter 6 design?
Yeah. True.
Design number 8 is Akuma if Akuma gave up fighting and took up alcoholism. Design number 8, Akuma has moved in next to the Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Design number 8 Akuma. Design number 8 Akuma is the guy that fought Rugal and had the Satsui Hado fucking sucked from him.
Design number 8, Akuma fought again and lost.
Then there's also Ono's guest Akuma in the top.
Yeah, weird little sweatshirt Akuma. We don't talk about that. Or sweats, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then for the additional outfits. Now, outfit 1 we've already seen, or we've talked about because I posted it already. But design number 2.
Yeah. There's no way that was ever planned to be his main costume.
No, but you know it's like someone remember that Mecha Akuma exists.
Putting Mecha Akuma in Street Fighter 6 and having him get worse implies that fucking Apocalypse is bleeding over into the Capcom universe and fucking them up somehow. Which only raises questions.
Yeah.
It was Apocalypse that mechanized Akuma, right? And
I don't remember.
Right?
I don't remember.
Shit. Also, on the far right there, that's Dad Akuma.
Yeah. See, I don't mind that Akuma. I like that. And once again, it's a thing of like, you know, I would probably prefer that if he wore pants, but at the same time, you know, it really like. As a DLC outfit, I think it could work. That he's just like taking a time off, he's visiting an onsen. Oh, you're here, I guess let's fight.
Well, not only is he apparently going back into civilization for something, apparently he's run into Elena or somebody else that he's willing to let get close to him, and they shaved him.
Yeah.
He doesn't look happy about it either. He looks like, oh, god damn it. It took me so fucking long to grow out that hair. Fuck. Motherfuck.
So, yeah.
Nonetheless. Yeah, further confirmation. The Street Fighter 6 the designers, they know the good designs to pick, and they're willing to make the crazy stuff to get there. Yeah. So that's good shit all around, really.
Yeah, once again, I just wish that they would make the Falcon-like designs DLC at some point, because I would buy them.
Yeah, that's a good question. They keep putting out the player cosmetics, and as long as, you know, fucking whales keep buying the player character cosmetics to pay for the stuff that the rest of us want in the game, then I'm fine with that. But there is the question of, you know, Street Fighter 5, how many costumes did Street Fighter 5 get in the first year? In hindsight, not really that many. It wasn't until about Season 3, Season 4, they started to go apeshit with the costumes in Street Fighter 5. I wonder if we're going to get to that point with 6, you know?
Yeah. And then there's
difficult to say. We're in an anticipatory period here because they've confirmed that Street Fighter 6 will be at the Summer Games Fest this Friday.
Ah.
Which means you and me need to watch, because if it's the Season 2 reveal, we need to be there for that.
Yeah. See, I was gonna ask if you want to record that, but then Jeff Keighley went, "Hey, no Kingdom Hearts 4," and I went, "Oh." But I will still ask anyway, but still, oh.
It was 2 bits of fighting game news, because it was Street Fighter 6 is going to be there, and there's another fighting game that's going to be there that I was interested in, but I don't remember what. But either way, yeah, so we're at the very least going to have to see for that.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, and then there's also this design from Street Fighter 4 that spurred me wanting to talk about this. So have you seen Abel's scrap design?
I may have.
Here it is.
Oh, wow, I think I have seen that, yes.
So, Abel's scrap design. I forget if they if they interviewed the actual like designer or if Ono said it, but basically the idea behind Abel's design, script design, was we want to make a twink. That's it, kind of.
Oh, that's supposed to be a man or a boy?
Yes, this is this Abel is still a boy. He just looks very feminine because they wanted to confuse people. That's the actual way that they put it. They wanted to confuse people, and they also wanted to show that strength isn't just muscles.
Well, that would have been only 5 or 6 years after Bridget and Guilty Gear, and that would have been around the same time as Leo and Tekken. So that was kind of just a thing for fighting games at that time.
But yeah,
that would have definitely been more interesting than the Abel we got.
I was about to say, like, this was I heard about this. Like, the first time I saw this was like last week, and I saw this and I went, you know what? Like, this character design tells a more interesting story than Abel ever could. The Abel we got.
Yes, and like, also I'm gonna go ahead and say it kind of fits in a little bit better with the Bison clones.
Yeah,
because all the other Bison clones are Cammy and DiCaprio, who are petite blonde women. Having Abel be the one male clone born out of the lot, but nonetheless kind of want to emulate the aesthetic of his sisters, would be interesting.
Yeah. I also just want to mention the body reps that are just there for no fucking reason, aside from making people confused, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, that's the idea. Every Tekken game makes sure to throw on a few clothing items that will confuse people on Leo.
Yeah.
Because some games Leo can get a bikini, and other games Leo can get a beard.
Yeah. And then also, have you seen Script Rufus?
I may have. I want to say that I loved it a lot more than I would have I've ever liked Rufus himself. Oh my god, that's right.
Yep, this was back when he was just called the Viper King or something like that.
And they gave that outfit to Ken as his secondary costume in Street Fighter 4. God damn it! And that would have made a lot more sense for the guy who wants to be Ken's rival.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like the Street Fighter 4's script designs, the
fucking worst newcomers in the series.
Aside from Jury.
Aside from Jury
and a bunch of trash. Sea Viper, I guess.
Sea Viper, where you can tell there's a kernel, something good going on there. Yeah. And Hakan, who's at least enjoyably stupid and weird.
I suppose. Like, I felt like Hakan was too much of an actual fucking octopus.
Yeah, Hakan and Sea Viper are broadly in the same category there, where I think they're broadly stupid and bad, but there's something going on there.
Yeah.
And then you've got, we've got El Fuerte. Okay, there's some interesting stuff going on with this gameplay of being a high-speed grappler. But the fucking story of the character sucks, and his design is very uninspired for him to be a luchador. And then we have Abel and Rufus, who have nothing going for them. Because Abel is just a grappler with a fucking dodge roll and a Rekka. Who cares? There are cooler things you can do with either of those things, of giving a grappler a Rekka or a dodge roll. Because, there's fucking Goro Daimon over in KOF, who is the distinctive grappler with a dodge roll. And then, who's the big grappler with a Rekka? Would that be...
Blueberry?
Does Thunder have a Rekka? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
KI? Shit.
Well, I wouldn't know if it's KI.
Yeah. But yeah, that's... Ugh. In fairness, Ultra brought in DiCaprio as a newcomer. She wasn't bad either. She's in the same category as Viper and Rufus, where it's like... Viper and Hakan, where it's like, there's definitely something here. This is a character that the next entry can make her better.
See, the funny thing about DiCaprio is that I found out after playing Ultra that everyone hated her for being the last character, and when I got to play DiCaprio, I tried her out and I went, oh, it's Cammy, but I like her.
Yeah, I remember when DiCaprio was announced, people were pissed because we didn't get a 5th returning character that people wanted. And it was broadly, it seemed to just be Cammy. But then when the game actually came out, people were like, well, holy shit, DiCaprio's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah.
And then a year later, that morphed into, oh no, Elena!
Yeah. Oh no, not the pizza. It's in my head.
No! Good shit.
But yeah. Which, speaking of pizza in my head, did you hear that it's not in the Street Fighter 6 jukebox?
I did, yes. I was wondering what was going on with that.
People are theorizing that Elena is coming.
Okay. If the Summer Games Fest, okay. We did already say what our Dream 4 is, right?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember what your Dream 4 is?
Adon.
Because I know Elena was in mine.
Adon. Gen. Who else
Eagle.
was it?
You wished for
Yeah,
Eagle, right?
Eagle. And then I said someone not from 1. Oh, Zeku. Yeah.
Zeku, right. Yeah, and I was pretty well everyone on my list was from Street Fighter 3, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, once again, that's the problem we have is that like we like some characters. Like my thing is that I like people from Alpha, but only people from 1 who also appeared in Alpha for some reason.
Yeah.
And then like the funny thing though is that I fucking hate playing as Gen. So
yeah.
but whatever. But yeah, you like Third Strike a lot, which like I'm fine with most of the Third Strike casts. I'm trying to think of if there's someone that I like actually dislike, but no, it's mostly just like I can take them or leave them.
I forget. Don't you dislike Makoto?
No.
Oh, I thought you didn't like her.
No, I don't particularly like playing as her because she's like when I actually tried playing her properly, like I basically my problem with Makoto is I don't like characters whose specials are normals. And Makoto, yeah,
that's to me it's very I always love her command grab, and I don't think of that as a normal, and the little rapid fire forward punch. But you are right on definitely some of her special moves do feel like normals.
Yeah, most of the ones that you can get easily out of her feel like normals, and because I don't even remember how you do the rapid fire punches. But and the command grab, like, my problem with the command grab was that it's not like it is a real grab in the sense that from gameplay design perspective, from a gameplay design perspective, it is a real grab. At the same time, it just restands. And then,
yeah,
when you're already when you're already struggling with attacking people, a command grab that just restands kind of feels bad.
Is it just a restand in 4? Because in 3, it's definitely a full proper combo. Because it's like the famous thing of Makoto is that she's a brutal grappler because she can use it to start a combo.
I don't know. In 3, I remember doing it, and I mostly just got 3 stands. Like it basically my thing is like it doesn't work like an SPD. It's not.
It combos into her super, definitely. I think that's how people use it to start a big combo most of the time. Granted, I've only played Makoto off and on for the most part.
Yeah. Me too. So like I wouldn't know how. Like I have seen people set up for her combo with the restand because it makes you plus and stuff like that. But once again, like I understand that that's a good tool for her to have. It just didn't feel good when the only other specials that I knew were normals.
Yeah. Okay, what if Summer Games Fest? The trailer starts and it's a bunch of characters we expect. Like, hey, it's Armika, it's Elena, and it's somebody from Street Fighter 5. I don't know, let's say
Laura, because she has a big ass. I'll say it, fuck it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That would be funny if they combo Makoto, who is the least fan service heavy woman in Street Fighter history. There is nothing fan service about her. They combo her with Armika, and Laura, who are the two most fan service heavy characters in the series.
Yeah.
And then the big fourth reveal is 25. Not 12, 25.
which is talking about the size of their breasts in inches.
Oh, good lord. I mean, more or less X copy, they can have it as big as they want. You can get Zangief-sized breasts.
Yeah. But yeah, also, by the way, yes, there has been lore from World Tour. So, two DLC characters that we might be getting are Elena and Bison.
Yes, I heard that there was they added with Akuma a new side quest about Bison maybe being back.
Yeah, so what they did, I will pull this up if I can find it.
I think it's too early.
Yes, but
I think Bison in Season 4, Season 5 fits and makes sense. Bison in Season 2, no. It undercuts his seemingly permanent death in Street Fighter 5 too much.
Okay, I'm finding stuff about, like, finding it and shit. I have to look up Fu Mission because, baby, no, not food. Fuck you. I'm trying to look for Fang, which did. Well, whatever. I can't find it. I wanted to look through. There's probably just a wiki that I can maybe look through. Because yeah, I just want, like, you know, I want to see if I can't find a whatchamacallit, a like description of the things that are said in the thing, because it would be really good for us to actually have that.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Now,
seem
while
to
you're
find
doing
it.
this, I will say that if memory serves, I did say during the last FGA that Season 2 would include a Street Fighter 3 character. That stood out to me that there were no Street Fighter 3 characters anywhere in the game.
Yeah.
Now, I have to ask, how many Street Fighter Alpha characters are in the game?
None.
None. Now, this all makes sense because they wanted it to simultaneously be a new generation, which is why half the cast is newcomers, but they also wanted it to not feel like a kick in the face to old-time fans like Street Fighter 3 did, which is why the other half of the cast is the entirety of the Street Fighter 2 original roster, plus Cammy, DJ, and Jury. So, I do think it's more likely for a Street Fighter 3 character to appear than a Street Fighter Alpha character to appear in Season 2, at least partly because Street Fighter 3 characters already fit Street Fighter 6's theme. Street Fighter 6 very clearly wanted to bring back a lot of the Street Fighter 3 theming with the hip-hop and the street stuff and the parries and all that, which makes it rather odd that we're still at a point where there is no Street Fighter 3 characters. But I think we're pretty well guaranteed. My bet is that we're going to see a Street Fighter 3 character. That does make me wonder if we'll see an Alpha character as well, in which case the odds are in Mika's favor because she sells copies.
I have found the description for the document.
Okay, what's up?
Okay, so it says the following: Lord Bison search log targets resurrected Bison, unharmed subjects with dormant psycho power or psycho power residuals. 1 second, next image, there we go. Methods. Troops have been dispatched to search for Lord Bison, searching for residuals through backup info from psycho power. Search reports: America, not found. Mexico, person of interest info acquired, observed reviving a dying horse on the same day. Psycho power in the base began to react.
Lily.
France, not found. Egypt, body located, not functional. Philippines, body located, head injuries. Nepal, person of interest located, shares same characteristics as Mexico, person of interest. A man riding a horse, imbued with a purple aura, white hair, tethered clothes, but looked dignified with bold eyes. Thought to be Lord Bison. Contact with search team lost shortly after. On the same day, residual thoughts were found in the reactivated psycho power. Search for and analysis for residuals has ended. Moving to restoration phase, awaiting report on body discovery.
So, Well, Lily's very clear. They bet on Lily a lot, and I doubt there's anything of significance going on in Street Fighter Mexico other than Lily, because Capcom just doesn't care that much about Mexico. And reviving a dead animal is very Lily.
Yeah.
However, it's odd that they specifically remark both times on the Psycho Power person being related to a horse, right?
Yes.
The other thing is, JP would be in Nei Xiao, and he, of course, would have the same power as Bison, because that's his thing. He got Bison's power after Bison died. But does JP ride a fucking horse?
No, well, let me see. Oh, what? Okay, so
and
the
neither
horse,
would.
Yeah, the horse stuff isn't located, so we don't know if it's Mexico or wherever.
Okay. Now here's the other thing: unconscious body in Egypt. Now, what I saw was speculation.
Not unconscious body in Egypt, but located, not functional in Egypt. Philippines, they found someone with head injuries.
Okay. For Philippines, I don't know who comes from the Philippines in Street Fighter.
No one.
No one. Yeah. So that could be a new character.
Yeah.
That may be. I would expect there to be at least one new OC in Street Fighter in Season 2, possibly 2. Probably 1, though, because returning characters are more likely to sell the DLC. But in Egypt, the speculation I saw is there's only one Egyptian Street Fighter, Manat.
Yeah.
Now, Manat probably doesn't have Psycho Power, but Rose does. So, did they find Rose hanging out with Manat in Egypt?
That's what I heard people speculate that it could be, since I forget whatever that version of the power is called, so I just call it fucking people power. But since people power is derived from Psycho Power, then they might share similarities enough for them to pick it up.
Yeah. And if they detected Lily's supposed to have Satsui no Hado, not Psycho Power. Why would they have gone nuts for Lily and went like, what the fuck?
Well, I've heard people speculate that they might have picked up Bison in Mexico. I think that's dumb, because Lily is already in Mexico, and you know all that. Now, the thing though here is, I think...
Why would Bison resurrect a horse?
Yeah. But also, I think Dhalsim might be wrong. Lily might not have the Satsui no Hado. Lily might not even have Psycho Power. It might just be a third new kind of power. The spirit is a malevolent spirit that has a third different kind of power that just gets picked up as both.
That could be true, definitely. But there is one reason I can think of why Bison could be in Mexico.
Tacos.
Who's hanging out there with T-Hawk and Lily?
Oh yeah, what's her face?
Julie.
Yeah, Julie.
What if Bison wants to get his dolls back?
I mean, I feel
okay,
like...
where the hell is Junie then? Because I don't remember Junie's lore.
Junie's in the closet until we need her. But
that's probably true. Because DiCapri's hanging out in England with Cammy, right? Cammy
yes.
more or less just takes care
like
of
most of the dolls are hanging out with Cammy, aside from like maybe 2 or 3. Who like Julie?
Right? Yeah, T-Hawk would have taken Julie, but Cammy would have taken the rest.
Yeah. But then once again, the question is like, why would Bison bother with reviving a horse?
Yeah, what's making me wonder is I'm still thinking Bison will probably skip 6 altogether. So I'm thinking this is not a tease for Bison, this is a tease for an OC, a new character. This is a tease for either another Bison clone that got away, if they were...
It's a tease for Twink Abel. He's coming back.
That'd be great. What if it's a tease for... Get this. What if they go down the Buddhist reincarnation route? And it's a tease for a reincarnated Bison that's not evil. And we have a fucking Boo to Oob storyline.
Okay. So what if reincarnated Bison is Lily?
That'd be hilarious. It's difficult to say because they clearly want Lily to have some big story significance in the future.
Yeah.
Because they very clearly take Dalsim seriously on the story level, and Dalsim's story in Street Fighter 6 is, oh shit! So that's a good question. Curious, yeah.
But yeah, I also saw speculation that the person reviving. So here's the amount of like the level of speculation that I've seen online. So someone in Mexico revived a horse. Who do we know that has restorative powers? Elena. Elena is a friend of Lily. So obviously Elena went from fucking Africa to Mexico to revive a horse.
Well, Elena was hanging out in Japan with fucking Sakura and Karin for the longest time as a Japanese schoolgirl.
That's true.
She's twice the fucking size. I mean, like, Elena's whole thing is that it's not just that she's African, she's specifically like the princess of Kenya or whatever.
Yeah.
She can do whatever the hell she wants. She's probably the one bankrolling most of Akuma's flights. Like, I can see Elena going anywhere. The revelation that Elena has psycho power would definitely be interesting. I would think it would more so supposed to be that she's like got just, I don't know, magical Kenyan royalty powers.
See, like Elena is taken over by Bison's soul. Her team song now becomes Pizza in Your Head.
It would be cool if we got another Kenya stage, a really good Kenya stage. Because Street Fighter 4 Savannah was really good. Street Fighter 3 Fighting on the Bridge, though. I'm always really partial to Street Fighter 4's other Africa stage, though, where you're at the airport and there's the big stupid cargo plane wheeling by in the background that has Balrog just hanging out for some reason.
Oh, yeah?
In his idle pose. I always loved how stupid that was, to just simply have Balrog in his idle pose just bouncing up and down on the plane for no reason.
And then if you play as Balrog, it's fucking Vega.
Yeah. I'm always reminded of Injustice 1, that one stage where Doomsday's in the background. So if one of the players are playing as Doomsday, then the guy in the background, the Doomsday in the background is replaced with some weird green goo monster.
Nice. But yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just trying to think of like, okay, so who could they? Cause okay, let's see. How many persons of interest do we know of? Let's look through that. So we have one in Mexico, one in Egypt, one in the Philippines, one in Neychal. That's 4.
Where's Falk?
Neychal.
That would make sense, yeah.
But then, once again, the Neychal person of interest shares the same characteristics as the Mexico person of interest. The Mexico person of interest could be Elena, could be Lily, could be Bison.
Yeah.
And also,
Bison could also be in Neychal, who's trying to figure out what the hell JP's doing with his powers.
Yeah. But then the other thing though is I think only 2 of the characters might be getting teased with this. Because let's look at the Egypt and Philippines ones. Egypt, body located, not functional. Philippines, body located, head injuries. It's not people, it's corpses.
Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense.
Like, at least my reading of it is that it's corpses, because like...
Well, Manat's not dead.
Yeah.
And Rose isn't either, because they don't kill characters. Fucking Gen's gonna come back one day, and we all know it, so will Bison.
But yeah, like, because to me, it seems weird that they would word it as body located, not functional, or body located head injuries. Because if it's a person who's unconscious, then wouldn't they just write person of interest found, you know, taken to base or whatever?
Yeah. At the same time, I would assume that if they found Rose, they would consider her non-functional, because she's incapable of doing evil psycho powers because she's Bison's good half.
And then head injuries. Okay, What if? 'Cause
El Fuerte.
I was thinking of the Capri,
Rufus.
because the Capri has had injuries technically.
Well, yes.
But yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah, go on.
Well, even if it is just little lore notes just saying there are two dead people out there with psycho power, are those supposed to be both Bison clones just went and got themselves killed?
Perhaps, like it doesn't even say that necessarily say that they have psycho power. They have psycho power residuals, so they might have been hit by a psycho power at some point, and then just it lingered.
Maybe, yeah.
Fucking Philippines, but you don't get injuries. It's fucking what's his name? The guy from 5, Macaulay.
Macaulay.
The injuries is Akuma blowing him up from the inside.
Yeah. I don't really think there's many instances of Street Fighter 1 of characters being in a solid territory of never coming back. I think there's a very good chance Macaulay never comes back.
Yeah.
And he's probably the only one of the Street Fighter 5 newcomers I'd say that for.
Do you think if Macaulay comes back, the 5 score on his face becomes a 6?
Ha! What a stupid character.
It doesn't even become the Roman numeral 6 because it changed things, so it becomes a normal 6.
Yeah, there you go. The 5 scar stayed in place. It's just that someone's carved in the extra half, the upper half of the 6 on top of it.
Yeah.
Which will get really fucked if Macaulay comes back for 7. He's a fucking goo man. I guess he can just look like whatever he wants, can't he?
I don't know.
Like, Macaulay's just Super Boo.
But lame.
Yeah. He's just doing the Super Boo eat Gohan shit. Oh man, do you think in Sparking Zero we're gonna get Super Boo that's only eating Piccolo? Because I remember Budokai Tenkaichi, you could get Super Boo after absorbing Gotenks and then after absorbing Gohan, but I thought it was odd you couldn't play as a Super Boo that had only absorbed Piccolo.
Maybe. I guess it depends on how much budget they got.
Yeah. I mean, they've revealed a shit ton of characters, and they're not even halfway through yet, so. Nonetheless, was there any other particular news?
Check in. Let's see, because we did
Oh,
post.
I saw
Yeah.
You said check in, and I thought Tekken, and that did remind me. Harada is looking deeply into figuring out what the fuck the deal is with Waffle House and why everybody keeps telling him to add Waffle House to Tekken.
Yeah, he did say that if he can somehow get it cleared, he might actually add it. So
I can't imagine that Waffle House would want that on their fucking branding. However, that's hilarious.
Okay. I'm looking through like Street Fighter specific news, and it's like, oh, we've combed through the whatchamacallit, combed through the code, and we found that there will be a season 2 DLC. Here's the logo for it.
Yeah. Well, if the logo already exists, in fairness, that would probably indicate we're going to get the announcement soon. Yeah. But I think that's what everybody expected, was that shortly after Akuma we'd get the Season 2 announcement, and it would probably line up with Summer Games Fest, because this is E3 season. Or was E3 season.
Yeah. This is the ghost of E3's past.
That's probably going to be how E3's legacy is immortalized. Is just that this, I don't know, this is around the time that E3 would have been, so I guess games announce things here.
Yeah. Well, there's also
Okay, I just had an idea.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you've got any news, let's hit that, because this may be a little bit, this will be a bit of a mini topic here. What's the news?
Nothing. I haven't found any news.
Okay, so here's the little mini topic. We've said what will be our ideal, favorite, best Season 2, right? For you, it was Eagle, Adon, Gin, and... Shit, who'd you say for number 4? Zeku. For me, I don't remember what I answered, but it's probably Alex.
Hugo,
Alex, Hugo, Elena.
Yeah.
Did I answer Dudley or Laura for the last one?
Dudley.
Okay, because if I had answered Elena, if I had answered fucking Laura, then I would have picked 3 grapplers, and I'd have been a bit stereotypical there. But yeah, Dudley. Okay. Now let's go in the complete opposite direction. Will be the worst Season 2, and it still has to be made out of returning characters. You can't just say OCs. It has to be made out of returning characters.
I mean, even with OCs, there's also, like, you know, with OCs, there's a chance that you will like them. I would, like, you know, when I see a new character, I don't go, oh man, I fucking hate this character already.
Yeah,
like, I at least wait until gameplay reveal so that I know how they play.
Yeah, I wasn't meaning that. I was meaning, like, make up a shitty character. I see.
Yeah.
4 OCs, but they're all bad OCs.
Yeah. Alright, four OCs and one returning character who is Zubaz, but he's just a PNG.
Yeah. A singular PNG. He doesn't change with his moves.
Which, by the way, have you seen that in the... I don't remember if it's in the 30th anniversary collection or if it's in the Darkstalkers one, but Zubaz is in one of the collections, and they airbrushed the Zubaz out of him.
Yeah, because Zubaz is a brand name. They can't.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of like characters that I'll just load. Which isn't easy because most of the characters that I dislike in Street Fighter, I'm just like, whatever.
Okay, you know what's the free space on the bad Street Fighter bingo sheet?
Yeah?
Ingrid.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna throw out a weird one.
Yeah?
It's only a specific version of a character. Fat Birdie.
Yeah.
Fat Birdie was funny for 5 minutes. It's done. If Birdie comes back, he comes back as Street Fighter Alpha Birdie. Maybe he still retains the ability to eat and drink for different zoning stuff. But the joke being that he's fat, let that be over.
Yeah.
Birdie's storyline in Street Fighter 6, he's gone on Ozempic. We get the opposite. He's gone beyond Alpha. We now get Skinny Birdie. But yeah, I'll throw out Fat Birdie, specifically Fat Birdie. Rufus, that's my number 3 pick.
Who's your number 1? You said 2.
Ingrid.
Oh, Ingrid.
Well, no, I guess since Ingrid's the free space, we'll leave her out. So okay, so Rufus is my number 2 pick. 3 and 4, I'd almost be tempted to just say Joe and Mike, except that in fairness, they could probably make them actually really cool. Though I would say with Dudley in the game already, with Ed in the game already, and the distinct possibility of Dudley or Balrog on the horizon, it'd be too many boxers.
Introducing special guest character Vanessa.
Street Boxer 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's see. Okay, here's an serious Akan. He's not funny anymore.
He lost his smile.
He doesn't have the ass cannon anymore. It's just the most boring throws you've ever seen while oiled up.
Oh, so he got Abel's moveset.
Yeah, there you go. See, Abel's almost in a space though where I wouldn't say him because I would think Street Fighter 6 might actually give him some character like they did for Ed and make him not suck.
Yeah. Who do I just fucking load? Like, once again, the problem is like, yeah.
This is a controversial answer because there are some people that fucking love this character. I'm fine with if we get this character in season 4 or 5 near the end. I don't want to see Rolento in season 2.
Yeah.
If he comes near the end, like with Ultra, and he's like a little bit of spice on top, okay, fair enough, sure. I'll relent on Rolento. The Rolento fans can have him there. I don't want Rolento in season 2. If we get Rolento in season 2, he needs a redesign. And for number 4, I'm going to make a hyper-specific pick. Because El Fuerte's one they could hypothetically save by dropping the cooking shit and just making him all lucha. Or at least finding a different way to handle the cooking shit. My number 4 pick is El Fuerte, but they've dropped the lucha angle, and it's just all cooking now.
I don't even know how that would work for his moveset, but sure.
Mechanically, he's still the same, but the animations are just lamer.
I mean, I guess I'll go off of just because there's no like legitimately people that I just load in Street Fighter. There's characters that I'm kind of indifferent on, or there's characters that I like that I just like fighting. Yeah.
Honorary answer, even though I love him, but because it'd be stupid, T-Hawk.
Yeah. But yeah, there's characters that I just like fighting, so I guess I'll go off on that, off of that, because like there's no characters that I'm just like, oh, this character could never be fixed. This character was just flawed. Cause like like with Ed, they've shown that they can redesign a character, how a character works, and make them fun. So. But
so I'm going to guess one of the characters on your list then is wearing a mask. It has a claw.
Oh, I don't dislike Vega. Well.
Oh, I thought you hated playing against him.
Oh, well, I do, but it's mostly PTSD from Street Fighter 2.
Okay. In fairness, in general, it's menacing anytime you've got a character whose special move is they jump in the air and then grab you.
Yeah.
Because Vega and Hyder both have that shit going on, and it's nasty for both of them.
I mean, like with Vega, the really bad thing about that too is that it was like completely projectile invincible in 2. So you could fireball him, and then he could the second the fireball will touch you, he could just jump and not get hit.
Yeah.
Which, like, the movie's already pretty strong, but when you add that, it's like, all right, fuck you, I hate Vega. But yeah, no, the characters that I really disliked fighting against, to the point that I dislike the character somewhat. Or, in order of magnitude, I guess. Going from worst to least. Well, I have 3 answers thus far. But whatever. T-Hawk. I just dislike this man. Please. Like, there's no part of this man that I like. I don't like his daughter either, but whatever. I can't actively get her removed from the game. Rose. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah. Rose, there's almost something interesting. There's almost something interesting about her story-wise, right?
Yeah, like Rose is a character, and it's like, ironically enough, if they gave her Lisa's moveset from All-Star Battle Lore, I would think she was a bit better. Not by much, but at least she didn't feel like, because the problem with Rose mainly is that she doesn't look all that interesting. Her gameplay feels lame, and then you fight her, and the AI is programmed so that every time you jump, she does the anti-air grab.
Which, in fairness, the anti-air grab is really cool.
It is really cool, but after the fifth time getting grabbed in quick succession because you're trying to move, it becomes quite annoying.
It does.
And once again, like when the only two moves you see out of the character are fireball and anti-air grab, the character kind of comes off as lame.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Rose, T-Hawk, I don't know if they could fix T-Hawk in a way that I would like him, but Rose they could.
Well, they already did by turning him into a chick.
I don't like Lily. I just told you. The only reason I'm not putting Lily on this list, yeah.
The little goblin, huh? You don't like her?
No. Honestly, I think if they like. If they didn't give her the forward heavy punch or whatever, like if there's like 2 or 3 specific moves that make me dislike her fighting her, because she has a couple of moves that are like baked in links or whatever, like baked in strings. It's just it's just a normal, but it hits you like 5 times, and I don't like those. Otherwise, whatever, you know. But you know, like at the same time, I want to talk. They made Akuma's forward 2 heavy kicks into just a single heavy kick, which, like, you know, it's cool. I wouldn't have minded if they didn't. But whatever, yeah. Laura.
Generally speaking, it seems to me that any of the characters are of that kind of aesthetic of, well, women in their mid-20s trying to go out and get some dick. That doesn't seem like a character design you're generally fond of.
Not really, no. Sometimes it fits and I'm fine with it, but you know. It also doesn't have that I grew up around people like Laura.
I think that probably plays into it a little bit. I do find it funny that Laura nearly made my list, but she does for ones I want, and she makes your list for ones you don't want.
And then who do I Necalli? I don't want to see. Honestly, put Necalli after T-Hawk, because I would prefer seeing Rose or Laura before I see Necalli.
Yeah. Necalli. I wanted to answer Necalli at one point, and the thing that popped in my head was, well, at the very least, I think it'd be funny to see that stupid puke attack appear again. But that's honestly the only thing that I would ever be entertained by Necalli, unless they overhaul him massively and make him not shit.
Yeah. And like see like with the other shitters, I think that they could have fun gimmicks or whatever, because like El Fuerte, if he became not just fucking I don't fucking remember his name, the guy from KOF who he plays exactly the same.
Oh, shit, how am I forgetting?
His name starts with an R, if memory serves.
It does, yes.
Well, whatever. That guy.
Yeah.
You know the guy.
That fucking dude.
But yeah, like if El Fuerte played... Like, if El Fuerte played more like a mixture of that guy and King of Dinosaurs, I think he'd be a lot more fun. Very running wasn't his only move. It was just a thing that he can do, you know?
Yeah. and not just spamming it in place like a maniac.
Yeah. Like I think they could make him more fun like that. Fong, if Fong came back back in like season 5, and he was just a complete joke character, without the ridiculous wake up pressure, like I think he could be fun. Like Fong is another thing like Ed, where like they would need to retool 90% of his kit, in my opinion, to make him actually fun. Because like I played Fong in Street Fighter 5 because he hated him. He wasn't necessarily fun to play really. Like if they somehow make it so he can do his OK isn't as good, but he still has the charging like lobbed poison balls. Stuff with that. Like I feel like he could actually be fun to play as, but he also needs like entirely different normals.
Yeah.
And like who else is a shitter? Rufus. If we did redesign Rufus to be his scrap design, and then the Rufus that we got in Street Fighter 4 turns out to be like a fake. then it could be fun.
Yeah, if you make Rufus not Rufus, then yeah, he's fun.
Yeah. I mean, it can be a thing. Like he could still play the same as actual Rufus, and then he was like, "Oh, that was one of my apprentices who took my name." You know?
Yeah.
There's ways to work around this without actually having to also put in Rufus.
And that's the last thing we want to happen.
I mean, which one would be better, that or if it's just actually like Slim Rufus?
Well, I did like Skinny Bob. I did like Slim Bob. Man, Tekken Tag 2 had the weirdest character picks.
Yeah.
Fucking Tiger is the one that I'll never be able to get over.
I mean, Tiger was in 3.
Yeah, but it's still weird.
The weirder one was Sebastian.
Yeah, but Sebastian was cool.
He was.
Also, it was really funny watching an old guy do Lily's moves.
Yeah.
All right. So that's all the news. Now, did you play any fighting games this week?
Yes.
Past 2 weeks.
Yes, I have. So.
All right.
King of Fighters Maximum Impact is surprisingly fun.
Okay, explain.
Well, despite what people might tell you, King of Fighters Maximum Impact really feels mostly like a King of Fighters. Like, some of the zoning might feel worse because there's sidesteps, but sidestep is on its own button. So, like, you can still zone normally. The only major difference that I can feel between Maximum Impact and the 2D games is the movement in Maximum Impact. The gravity is different enough in that you can avoid fireballs without having to roll. So rolling kind of loses its purpose.
Yeah, maybe to get around certain normals, especially if you want to get in the throw.
Yeah. But King of Fighters Maximum Impact is like the people at SNK went, all right, so Street Fighter EX exists. They looked at the combo system and went, okay, but what if KOF? And that's what we got. So King of Fighters Maximum Impact is a game where you can wall bounce someone, or rather wall splat someone. You wall splat someone with a string, and then you can combo them, and then make them fall down, and then hit them with a Shoryuken at OTGs.
Oh, that's good.
and the Shoryuken wall splat. It's just the most degenerate fucking like combo game, which is why I love it probably. And now this goes both ways though, because the AI, the boss AI specifically, like the first game's boss, has supers that are invincible completely, and
Oh.
very fast strings. And this means that you can start doing a combo, and he just goes no, and then kicks you, and you die. There goes 70% of your health.
This sounds like the notorious SNK boss, yes.
But yeah, so I played through the story mode as K-Lim, which there's a story mode. There's it's not arcade. It's fully voice acted story, and there will be a video of that coming out in like a week, I think. Rock Howard.
What language is the voice acting in?
English.
What?
Fully voice acted English voices. Rock Howard is winning all of the fucking whatchamacallit, all of the awards.
Okay.
You'll hear what I'm talking about, but yeah, the voice acting is great. I played as K-Lim because Kim isn't in the game, and K-Lim is Kim's apprentice. Like K-Lim is, you remember the Taekwondo superhero girl from 2002?
Yeah.
That's her.
Was she named that there?
Yes.
Oh, weird.
Well, sorry, not K-Lim, Chalim, whatever. But but yes, and Chalim in Maximum Impact has a move that is so strong. So one of her strings is forward 4. You just keep pressing forward 4.
Oh,
It kills
over and over. I see.
This is unblockable. Well, it is blockable, but it is unescapable pressure. The only,
I see.
at least according to the AI, I'm pretty sure you could probably just like crouching punch it, or like sweep or whatever. But
Yeah.
But the AI, it took until the boss. It took until the boss for the game to figure out that you can do moves between the hits of forward 4 and does not die.
Oh, good lord.
So yeah, and the voice acting on some of the moves, because of course she has Kim's moves, and it's like I forget. I think it leads to funny things because they still have the classic fighting game thing of shouting their moves names, but it's in English, so we understand it. And so it's like,
Yeah.
okay, so every time you do a flash kick, she just yells swallow and stuff like that.
Oh, that's bad.
Yep.
That is not the good.
And whenever you do the flip kick, the Chun-Li flip kick, she yells crescent.
Oh. Well, that's amusing in a less weird way, at least.
Yeah. It's also really good with the some of the enemy characters, because like the boss, whenever he does his super string, he has eat this. So it's just you'll see once the video comes out, I guess.
I suppose so.
But yeah, Maximum Impact was really fun. I went ahead and unlocked all the characters in 2 already, so that I can record that sometime as well. And it is like Maximum Impact 2 is Maximum Impact 1, but with 4 characters. And
they added Kim, right?
Yes, they added Kim. He's unlockable. They added Theo from Metal Slug. I think the Maximum Impact games are her only playable appearances.
Mm.
And they added Hanzo Hattori from Samurai Showdown. And he plays.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember that. He looks super fucking weird in 3D.
Yes, and he plays like Samurai Showdown. And then I remembered watching a video of someone playing Maximum Impact and going, oh yeah, there's a separate version of this that was released in there was like a third Maximum Impact game that they released for the for online playing in Japan called like, oh, what was it? I can just pull it up, take a look. 1 second. It is called Regulation A. And what Maximum Impact Regulation A is Maximum Impact 3, but we didn't want to invest time into, you know, like a fully voice acted story mode or anything like that, so you just have time attack and online play and versus.
Nice.
But Regulation A also has additional characters. Now, I plan on recording this with you sometime. So do you want me to spoil those characters, or do you want to see them for yourself once you get there?
I suppose we'll save it for that video, yeah.
Alright, because some of these characters are characters that I looked at, and I went, no, this cannot be. So yeah. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I played Cyberbots for the first time.
It's weird, isn't it?
It could be weirder. Like I've played weirder fighting games. Like this might just be a side effect of me going on those what should we call it, like those missions in Fightcade to look for the weird games that we've never heard of to play sometime.
Yeah.
But like Cyberbots, maybe it was because you told me beforehand that
it's all about the flying.
yeah, it's all about air dashes. That you know, once I got to it, I immediately started doing stuff with that. I didn't get too far with the tech. Like I feel like there was probably more stuff that you could do with it, but you know, I played for like, I don't know, 20 minutes, and I went, hey, that's a game.
And it was.
Yeah, like, you know, I immediately noticed that it wasn't a game for me necessarily, but you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
I found a version of Third Strike that's widescreen on Fightcade.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, we should play that sometime, because it's Third Strike, but widescreen.
Yeah.
What more do you need?
I certainly don't need anything more.
And then let's see. Because I feel like I've played another game that. Well, I had the urge to play Darkstalkers again, and then I did for like 5 minutes, and I went, oh no, I don't know the moves, and there's no move list.
Yep. And Darkstalkers was from the era when they got kind of experimental with some characters' inputs, depending on which Darkstalkers game you played.
I played for matching service, so
for matching service. Okay, that's Vampire Savior, which is luckily the most sane version of vampire for you. So
yeah. But like I also heard through a video that apparently, so you know how it asks you which version of the character you want to play?
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually makes differences, because apparently between Honor, Savior, and Honor 2, they just like added or gave and took away, rather, normals and shit like that.
It got weird, yeah.
So yeah, that's...
Some of those characters changed fundamentally from Hunter to Savior.
Yeah.
Victor is a very different character in Savior than he is in Hunter. Like, it's crazy when you go back and play them. I've never dug in on Savior 2 or Hunter 2. I need to get into them at some point and see what really changed for them. Because, my God, like, Vampire to Vampire Hunter is already pretty crazy. The original Vampire is fun, but it's one of those instances of the first entry in a fighting game always being kind of jank and not really understanding what the series was going to be about, so it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Hunter, like, okay, we're on to something. Still a little bit odd, but hey, there's some cool stuff here. Savior is when it gets really good. In my opinion.
I mean, generally, people tend to agree that Savior is when it gets really good. The thing there is that apparently Hunter 2 and Savior 2 were released at the same time.
Yes. Yes, because they made the bizarro decision of doing that, and rather than stuffing all the characters in one game, like for matching service, it's instead that you lose different characters from Vampire Savior.
I actually
pick up characters from
heard why
Hunter.
that is.
Why is that?
Oh, they were running out of RAM. And
yeah, that makes the most sense. Yes,
that's pretty much it. They ran out of graphics RAM, so they could only have X amount of characters in the game with the amount of fidelity that they wanted.
The amount of what's they wanted?
Fidelity.
Fidelity. I thought you said fatalities. I was about to say, I don't remember Vampire having fatalities.
It was only in Vampire 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that does follow. It is nonetheless very funny that you get that insanity, though, of... Like, they wanted a version where you could put anyone against anyone, but it's like you have to pop out the fucking game and put it in another... or whatever nonsense. And, of course, people in the West just didn't get Vampire Hunter 2 or Vampire Savior 2 to begin with.
Yeah.
I forget what else changed between versions. It might just be that weirdness of...
No, there's also
Hunter 2.
There's also major mechanics changes, but I forget what exactly. Oh,
yeah.
I feel like I remember one of them. I forget which one, but one of them has a super mode, have a universal input, and then also have like a raging demon input for every character. And the raging demon input is the one that the classic super mode is on, and the new one is just like health regen.
Yeah. Real inspiring.
And I forget what else, but stuff like that. So yeah, did you play any fighting games in the past 2 weeks?
Yes. Let me start with the more controversial answer, I suppose. I did play a bit of Multiverses. So, the general sentiment by a lot of people is that it came back worse. I think that's fair in a lot of regards. There are definitely several undeniable downsides. Like the fact that you can now only go into training mode with and against characters that you own. And local multiplayer can only be played with characters you own. To be honest, I was kind of shocked that before in the beta they allowed you to play with any character in the in local multiplayer, but yeah, you can't do that anymore. Both of which are definite downgrades. It is very obvious that the reason they stopped and had the beta go away before the full release was because they wanted to put in more Fortnite style stuff. More Fortnite campaigns, more Fortnite dailies, yada, yada, yada. You get the idea.
Yeah.
With all that said, having not investigated any of that stuff too deeply, and putting aside the weirdness of stuff like, well, there's now 4 currencies, but at any given time you only see 2 of them. What?
The only thing that I've heard, like genuinely, like I've heard people complain about the currencies, but it wasn't just like monetization bad. It was the style of monetization, or I don't know if the style, but the amount of monetization, I guess, because according to people's calculations that I've seen online, it is genuinely a Battlefront 2 launch, where like to get a character who was on the base roster, you need to play for like something like 70 hours or something.
That would make sense. I think it depends if you're really wanting to hammer it out all in one day, or if you're going to wait out for the events. I don't know. I've built up, I don't know, a decent amount with maybe, 5 hours of play, but I've not been trying to hammer it all out in one day. I've been logging. I've really only put any significant time in on 2 days. And it's like you need 6K to get a new character, and it's the same for all characters. And I'm at like 4.8, and I've not been hammering away for 70 hours. So Far be it from me to suggest that people can make bogus calculations for upvotes on Reddit, though.
Well,
And this is not me defending the game, by the way. The game could be fucking ass.
This was on Twitter.
Well, same difference. But by all means, I'm not defending the game either. I've not looked that deeply into it, so it could be fucking ass, and I've just not been paying attention. But for the little bits of time I've played, I was able to pop in and play Superman, which is what I wanted to do, because that's what I really enjoyed in the open beta, was just popping in and playing Superman in random pubs. And hey, Superman's still there. He still does the Superman things. Hey, that's cool. And they added Jason. Jason Voorhees, I suppose I should clarify. There's a bunch of other Jasons in the world, so let me clarify. Jason Voorhees. But Jason Voorhees is a fun character. He's a nice, broody, not broody, but brute-ish, aggressive character who goes and beats your ass. Not a lot of subtlety to him. Multiverses has a lot of characters that have to keep track of subsystems and cooldowns and all kinds of shit. Yeah, Jason doesn't have any of that. He, in fact, has no cooldowns other than the weird buff, which I don't know how it works, so I just don't use it. Other than that, he is a pretty straight platformer fighter character who just does moves and they hit.
He's smart.
Sure, we'll go with that. It is funny that Jason's signature thing is, of course, the machete, because most of his best moves don't use the machete.
Nice.
His best move is probably the bed smash. So Jason is just constantly whipping out beds and smashing them in half. Nonetheless, yeah, I think Multiverses, it's back. It's still fun. I wanted to actually get Joker unlocked before we did this. I just haven't bothered to play daily that much. There's been 8 million other things that have been going on this past week between Multiverses and also trying to try out Gotham Knights and helping out with the writing stuff. So all that's been going on. But yeah, I wanted to give Joker a shot. Didn't make it in time. Maybe next FGA. Assuming that the next FGA doesn't have something more interesting to talk about, which it almost certainly will. Now, on the other fighting game front, I finally popped in MK1 and tried the DLC that has come out since the last time I played. The last time I played, the newest DLC character was Quan Chi, and the newest DLC cameo was Chameleon. Both of them are really cool. And, well, I'm glad I skipped Peacemaker. Because for the two characters, it could, actually, I'll hit the characters last. For the cameos, though. Okay, the newest cameo is Movado. Now, Movado's got a few neat things. Movado in neutral really only seems to have one button. I did not practice that much with Movado. Let me clarify that. So I'm probably missing something big with Movado. But in neutral, Movado really has one button. He pulls out a bomb, a mine, and he throws it on the ground. That mine, if the enemy is in the vicinity of it, will pull the enemy towards it. And if they, of course, try to walk away, then it's kind of at the same speed, so they don't go anywhere. If they try to walk forwards, then it get pulled into the mine faster. If they touch the mine, it's unblockable. So, that is inherently a get-fucked wake-up pressure tool, right?
Yeah.
Further, the main thing with Movado's kit is being built around Movado will allow you to hit the opponent at times that is considered to be illegal to hit the opponent in Mortal Kombat. He has an OTG. Mortal Kombat doesn't do OTGs. But Movado has an OTG where he does the big stupid rubber band dive. He rubber bands. What's it that's actually called? It's bungee cords. He'll bungee cord down onto the opponent with his spikes, just like his old Deadly Alliance fatality. By the way, I've not looked at his fatality or Janet Cage's or either of Ermac's. I've seen Peacemaker's fatalities. I thought one of them was funny that Peacemaker kills people on accident, but whatever.
I assume Ermac's fatals are the same. He does the arm rip. He makes them compact, like every other game.
I wouldn't be so sure. But nonetheless, yeah. And Movado's other cameo he can be called in for is if the opponent is airborne anywhere on the screen, there is a cameo move that if you input back and cameo, this input will otherwise not do anything if the opponent is in any other kind of position. But if the opponent is airborne anywhere and they didn't jump, they got attacked to be put in an airborne state, But otherwise, if they are airborne anywhere in this, it's described as juggle state, anywhere in the air, Movado will come on screen and do the bungee cord spike dive onto them there. Which importantly means that it's heat seeking. Movado will always land it successfully. Which importantly means there are all kinds of moves in the game where you send the opponent flying, but it's not actually a juggle starter. Like a throw, for instance. Let's say your character has a throw where he stomps on your opponent's toes, he stomps on your J's, and then he uppercuts you. Usually you wouldn't be able to combo off of that because you can't combo off of throws in MK usually. Well, with Movado as your cameo, you can do that. Okay. So there you go. Those are the functions Movado has a cameo, at least I can remember. If he had anything else, I apparently didn't consider it important enough to memorize. So overall, Movado's not setting the world on fire. He does bungee cord shit. That's exactly what we expected him to do, because that's the only thing that was interesting about Movado and Deadly Alliance, was that he was a fighting game character who had bungee cords in one fatality and otherwise didn't use them. Because otherwise he was just kind of a Cabal ripoff, because that was Ed Boon's, we need to have new characters in the game, even if they're just reskins, period. So, with that said, Janet Cage. Now, Janet Cage has some of the cameo stuff you'd anticipate. She's got a nice little juggle tool where she jumps up and does a jumping punch from Mortal Kombat 1. And she can even do the stupid old jump punch combo where she just juggles the opponent by repeatedly doing jump punch over and over 3 times in a row. It looks silly. It's good. And hey, she has nut punch. And everyone speculated that to be Janet Cage's purpose as a cameo before she released, was to let every character on the game have the nut punch. Because, hey, that makes you plus. It guarantees you'll get to take the next turn. All right. Now, I remember when Janet Cage came out, though, there was a lot of people talking about stunt double. And I was getting mixed up. Because I was thinking, well, stunt double, isn't stunt double more or less the system that all cameos are? Right? Because you and me are both thinking MK11 stunt double, right?
Yeah, but no, she's a puppet.
Yes. Janet Cage as a cameo, her primary function, beyond nut punch and jumping punch, is that she makes every character in the game Carl Clover. And I did not experiment with this, because there are some puppet characters that I get intrigued, and then there's other puppet characters that I look at it and I see how advanced it is, and I go, oh no, fuck this. Janet fit in the ladder category. There's a lot of shit she can do. She is not the kind of puppet character where it's, just hit the fucking buttons and watch stuff happen, I guess. Watch the combo. No, she's the kind of puppet character that if you do not press those buttons in the right order at the right timing, you will drop the combo without fail. But if you press that shit in the right order, Janet Cage as your cameo, doing puppet combo shit, you can do the illegal shit. It's bonkers. Like when Kenshi came out and his gimmick was, he can pull out the Sento Ghost, so he's a puppet character. He's now Mortal Kombat's Carl Clover. Fair enough. And then, hey, Shujinko makes it where in a mirror match, well, not in a mirror match, but Shujinko makes it where anyone, if they're matched up against Kenshi, and only Kenshi, they also can become a puppet character. Hey, that's cool. All right. Man, wouldn't it be cool if anyone could become a puppet character in any matchup? Well, yeah. And Janet Cage makes the Sento Ghost look like a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
Which, logically speaking, she has to, because otherwise why would Kenshi ever take Janet Cage as a cameo? But what were you saying there? Discord cut you off, so all I heard was, eh!
I just said, yeah.
Yeah. Like, Sento Ghost has, I think 1 ground bounce for real comboing. Other than that, he's got regular normal hits, so you're just going to be linking. Unusually for Mortal Kombat, which ordinarily is very anti-link. But here, no, she's got a lot of weird shit. She's got fireballs. It's a puppet character where your puppet has fireballs. What the fuck? So anyways, yeah, on a less insane note, the 2 characters it came with. So we got Peacemaker. Peacemaker, I despise him. I picked up this character, and I looked at him, and I went, God fucking damn it.
So
It's the same.
He's not being chilling.
He is not chilling at all. He is the same goddamn character that NRS keeps making that pisses people off. He is Deathstroke. He is Deadshot. He is RoboCop of just lame fucking gun zoner. And fuck, at least, like, Deathstroke had some cool sword shit. RoboCop had some weird shit that I liked of traps and command grabs. There is nothing fun to be had with Peacemaker. He is gun zoner, and he also has Jade Reflect. Because fuck you. Just fuck you. And he gets a high gunshot that is got super good frame data, and he's got a low fireball too. And does he have anything interesting? No. His normals stink. Because he's Deadshot all over again. Because Deadshot. Fundamentally, the thing was, okay, well, he's got stupid good gun zoning, but his normals fucking suck. And you know what the problem with Deadshot was? Eventually, they fucking nerfed. Yeah, eventually they nerfed him. So his gun zoning wasn't that good. And Dr. Fate and Captain Cold became the two good zoners in Injustice 2, and Deadshot sunk to the back. But there was one problem. There's a big problem with that. Dr. Fate and Captain Cold had interesting stuff besides zoning they could do to begin with. And their normals weren't the worst. Deadshot's normals were the fucking worst. And when they made his gun zoning suck, they didn't make his normals better. So Deadshot just wound up being complete dog shit. Peacemaker's going to end up in the same category. His normals are like some of the worst in the game. He's got good zoning, but eventually NRS is going to, the sales are going to die down and NRS is going to go, okay, it's time to nerf this guy. We've got our initial sales from having the gun zoner. So let's nerf him. And when they nerf him, he's just going to be left with the shit normals. And he's going to fucking suck balls. But here's the thing. Is that after Peacemaker comes Ermac.
Who is Martian
Manhunter. Here's the
Manhunter?
thing. So, Ermac. Now, one thing needs to be mentioned. They decided that Ermac just having regular old telekinesis was too visually boring. So they've made it where it's no longer just simply that Ermac is throwing you around with his brain, I guess. Ermac is now spitting out other ghosts, and they're doing the shit to you. His throw is now this horrible fucking Wendigo-looking creature comes out of Ermac and fucking throws you around.
Nice.
And Ermac is like the most visually impressive fighter in the game. All of his shit looks cool. And he's got weird normals that can, like, get him meterless ground bounce combos and shit, but he's got very tight timing on links. And then I found the shit with Ermac. So I saw a move that was like, well, at first I found two normals. They were like an air uppercut and a jumping knee, a tiger knee for all intents and purposes. And it clarified in the pause menu that they counted as airborne for canceling purposes. So he canceled in the airborne specials. Now, my memory is that Ermac should have two air specials. Air teleport, air levitate, right?
Yeah, he also has a dive kick.
Right, he doesn't have the dive kick. Well, okay, wait. So, I throw it in. And Ermac, well, for one thing, Ermac has a special move where he does like a baseball slide on his knees. And at the end of his slide, he explodes, which pops up for a combo.
Nice.
He doesn't have a fireball anymore. The soul fireball is gone. It was replaced with something else, a soul burst or something. Ermac is the opposite of a zoner. This is the most rushed down Ermac has ever been. Ermac wants in.
Ed Moon is listening.
Ermac wants in and he wants to feel you. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. So I canceled a move, that one of those normals, into the teleport. And I was like, okay, good old-fashioned Ermac teleport. It's the same as it's always been. That shit ain't changed. You know? Okay. Good old-fashioned shit. And then I do an air normal. And I do levitate input, right?
Yeah.
Ermac makes a Christ pose in the air and then does nothing. And then he just falls back down to the ground. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? Because I know that the shit's already there in the game. Because now Sindel has Ermac's fly shit. And she has it bigger than he ever did because she has Marvel vs. Capcom 2 ass Magneto Sentinel combos of canceling into flight mid combo to keep up, or like fucking pressure strings where she cancels into flight to continue the pressure and make shit safe that shouldn't be safe. And I remember when Mortal Kombat 1 came out, people were figuring out that like Sindel had ungodly, unbreakable fucking block pressure that couldn't be stopped, and they had to fix it. And she's even still supposed to have very, very strong block pressure off of fly. So I was thinking, okay, well, Ermac's going to get that, right? So I'm like, okay, well, I guess, yeah, he does the little, we'll call it a Christ air because he's making a Christ pose in midair. I guess, well, it's just that he doesn't get to float around for as long as she does. He doesn't have the proper levitate. It's just that he gets, it's, I don't know, an airborne stance. I don't know. So I do it again. I do the Tiger Knee, and then I cancel into the Christ air. And I hit all the buttons. He does nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I open the pause menu. I go to the Christ air. The description says, can be canceled into any other air move. So the first thing is, okay, I look at his air combos. Tiger Knee, Christ air combo. It works just fine. He has the ability to cancel either of those two grounded normals that leave him airborne into his air combo. Okay. What if I do air combo and then cancel with Christ air? Oh, yeah, that works. Air combo, Christ air combo. Okay. Okay, now, does that work for pressure? Is that a mix-up? Is that a real mix-up? Okay, yes, if you cancel it into Christ air and then immediately into air combo, the first hit of the air combo still counts as an overhead. Okay. Several of the air combos, even if you don't cancel them, are ground bounces. All right. Okay, this seems pretty good, but I mean, it's not too crazy. It's not too crazy. Oh, what's that? He's got another special move in the air. What's this? What is this? Oh, interesting. It's like his dive kick from X, but it's not. Instead, he dives straight to the ground. And little skeleton zombie hands come out of the ground. Oh, wait. It goes full screen. And if I meter burn it, it's the fucking Solomon Grundy zombie hands from Injustice 1. Where I can meter burn it, and the zombie hands will grab onto the guy for a combo extender or a combo starter. Okay, but hang on. Where did that say it hit? Motherfuck. Did I just see the letters LOW just come out of my opponent? Ermac has a air special move that hits low. That if you meter burn it, is a combo starter or extender.
You know, stuff like this really does make you wonder, though, if Ed Boon is the one person listening to this podcast. Like,
Do you remember that one of the last episodes of FGA we did, I said I opened up Mortal Kombat X, and I was like, hey, everybody says Tremor's stupid good. I could never figure out why everybody thinks Tremor's stupid good. Then I opened up Aftershock Variation Tremor, and I noticed that he had an air special move that hit low. And I was like, motherfucker, that is way too good, and it starts up way too fast. At least it's not a combo starter.
yeah.
So, Ermac, not only is he the only character in the game that the fact that he jumped at all means you're in a 50-50 situation that will lead into combo either way. He can, off of either of those normals that leave him airborne, which seem to be perfectly good normals, off of either of them, he gets meterless 50-50 that if he spins meter, he gets a fucking combo extender. This motherfucker, they gave Ermac an air Roman cancel. What the fuck?
Ed really wants you to buy the game.
What?
Me specifically, he couldn't put it on the advertisements, but he designed the Ermac with me in mind. Specifically.
Jesus Christ. Christ air.
Yeah.
Like, it only makes it memeier that every time you use the air Roman cancel, Ermac will make the fucking Christ pose in midair, and then green energy bursts out of his back.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then supposedly he still has the dive kick, by the way. I don't know what it's on, but
Oh, good lord, does he? I didn't even notice.
Yes, I noticed because before he got released, Ketchup and Mustard had like a chance to play him or something like that. I forget the exact way that they got the footage of Ermac pre-release, but they kept doing combos and it was always Christ there into the dive kick.
Oh. And that's not even throwing on cameos.
Yeah.
Remember, any character in the game you can now make into Carl Clover.
I mean, sorry. So, like, but yeah, yes, but does Ermac need to be Carl Clover? I don't think so. I think you could just slap fucking Cyrex on him. Call it a day.
Like, I mean, there's some characters. I think I've said this before about Mortal Kombat 1. That's one of the weird things. There are some characters who are very obviously designed to function with the cameo system. Scorpion, without the cameos, is kind of an odd GIMP character. Then there's some other characters where it's like...
I thought you were going to call him an odd GIMP.
Yeah! Yeah, sure, that's it. He's an odd GIMP. But then there's some other characters with Ermac where it's like, okay, the cameo system is supposed to be like, I make a choice of what hole to plug on the design. The fuck hole do I need to plug here? Like, I guess I could take fucking, I don't know, Sonya, and it's just like, I guess I want an easy projectile just because Ermac doesn't have one base kit. But that's like the only thing he's missing, and do I really need it?
Yeah.
No. Shit. All right. And I think it's like either this week or the next that we get the fucking milk liquor.
Who?
Fucking Milk Thief Supreme.
Ah, yeah, him.
Which, yeah, when they showed him, half his moveset is heat vision, which we pegged that correctly like a fucking year ago.
Half his moveset is milk vision. The other half is heat vision.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I said this last time, but it's like going to be one of the only characters in Mortal Kombat where I'm never going to want to do fatalities or brutalities because his win pose is just better. It's horrible. The image of Homelander sticking his tongue in the milk jar will haunt my fucking dreams. Like, Mortal Kombat 1, now the roster, like how's the roster? You know, it's 90% pretty full fucking cool guys. Then the 10% just weird perverts and fucking freaks.
Yeah.
How do you get a guest character that's the biggest freak on the roster? Like, not moveset wise. Well, we don't even know what his gameplay is really like. We've seen footage, but with NRS fighters, you never really know how their game actually plays because NRS fighters, the trailers always just show them doing big combos, which who knows how they work.
Yeah.
At the very least, we know Homelander's got a parry or two, so, interesting question. Actually, does Mortal Kombat 1 have a parry character yet? Because Havoc's the armor character. We have a super armor character, but I'm not sure I remember there being a parry character yet. Though then again, it's been several months since I last seriously played MK1, so I'm probably just forgetting. Nonetheless, yeah, the funny thing here is Omni-Man was very cool, but Omni-Man is a very practical, very in-your-face character. All of his normals and special moves, except for the floating stance, are just simply bruiser, I want to get in your face and beat your fucking shit in moves. And then the fly stance is stop zoning me, I'm going to come in and I'm going to beat your fucking shit in.
Yeah.
Peacemaker, very boring zoner. Homelander, it's difficult to say what he'll end up as, but I'm kind of thinking he's not going to be that crazy of a character design either. And it sticks out that the guest characters are getting kind of boring standard movesets, I say that as someone who really liked Homelander, that he's boring in standard, but it's a boring standard bruiser moveset. Meanwhile, the two original characters, the two Mortal Kombat characters that have been in the DLC so far, have been Quan Chi, who is doing the wackiest zoning setup bullshit ever of setting portals and skeleton cages and skulls everywhere, and he's kicking your ass through a portal and shit. And then Ermac, who is the filthiest fucking rush down character that it's like, I want them to move past Homelander and I want to see what Takeda's about.
Yeah.
You know? And like season
what the
2.
Fuck is Kano gonna be?
Yeah, Kano. Ooh, that's an interesting one because on
Kano plays like Clark still. If Clark still also had Yori's moveset.
I mean, that's the thing with Kano, right? Is that Mortal Kombat 1 has generally gone through the thread of similar to Street Fighter 6 of like, what if we allowed the characters to be everything that they should be?
Yeah.
And with Kano, it's been that Kano's always been a kind of rushdown guy, little bit of light zoning. But then there's been a few games that played around with the idea of like, but what if he was a grappler, though? X and 11 both played with the idea of grappler Kano quite a bit. But we haven't had a game yet. We haven't had a Kano play with grappling yet in a game where there's no variations.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting question.
What if you play
Also,
like the guy, the dude from Melty? Where like he'll have like true grabs in his moveset, but it's also like combo stuff mostly.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I imagine Kano's grabs wouldn't be too strong just because he's already got such good rushdown tools and the knife throw, you know?
Yeah.
They probably don't want the grappler to be too oppressive, especially because NRS zoners in the past have always had tools on top of the grappling. Jason was a grappler, but...
Okay, Kano has a new grab. It is an Izuna drop. It's a full circle. If you meter burn it, he does the Kano ball while holding onto the guy. Before
the character screams.
Yeah.
Just fucking, he grabs Melina, and Melina's like, ah!
But yeah, like, he grabs Melina by the collar, starts doing the Kano ball backwards or something like that. Melina screams, and then if it doesn't kill, then he does the Izuna drop after it, and I don't know, like it bounces or something. If it would kill, then it would transition into the brutality. He just keeps spinning, and then eventually Melina falls apart.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I should mention that Takeda coming out last, he will not have a cameo attached. He'll be the only DLC character.
Oh, I thought you just threw out Takeda randomly. I didn't know that he was actually announced.
Yes, he's the last character of season 1. Remember that was leaked on fucking Amazon like over a year ago.
I remember that he looks nothing like himself.
Yeah, because in this continuity, he's not Kenshi's kid because Kenshi's not old enough to be a father. Which calls into question what the hell Cassie and Jackie and, Kung Jin can stay the same relation, but calls into question what the hell Cassie and Jackie are going to be in this continuity. Nonetheless, Takeda's going to be first to come with that.
I look forward to season 2 where we get the fucking Robo Boraicho.
I would love to get Boraicho back. Give him his Bartitsu stuff back. That would be so fucking sick. The thing is, if they came out with Boraicho again now, and they kept the drinking mechanic from the one version he got in Mortal Kombat X, people would now look at it and think of it as, oh, that's kind of a bit too similar to Jamie.
Imagine if they bring back Boraicho, but he's a puppet character and he controls drunk people.
Well, he's now so drunk he can mind control other drunks.
Yes, but I'm imagining more so that he's like, I don't know, he's throwing out like kegs of beer on the map and then people just run to it. Stuff like that.
I was thinking like Abigail with a tire.
Yeah. Boraicho still makes the vroom noises, but it makes less sense.
Yeah. He makes the vroom vroom noises. It's a drunk driver. Uh, okay. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's coming up though. For Farah, we did get to see quite a bit of Farah cameo in the Homelander trailer. It was weird that they comboed Farah with a licensed character because it was a trailer of Farah riding on Homelander's back and stabbing him, and Homelander's using her as a flail.
Nice.
So they legitimately just gave Farah. It's legitimately all actually returning moves from Mortal Kombat X, but with the player character taking Tor's place. And that's neat. It means that Farah's going to, at the very least, she hops on your back. I assume that means that then she's ready from there to do any of the standard Ferrator stuff. But we know from there that she gives you a quick overhead for a ground bounce and a low projectile, which is nice on any given character. But also importantly, she brings pain and gain. Now, do you remember pain and gain?
Can't say I do.
So pain and gain in Mortal Kombat X was a move where Farah stabbed Tor in the ribs. And what happened was it caused like 5% self-damage. In exchange, it gave a sizable damage buff. Now, if you want to know how sizable, Tor went from having a 40% combo, bread and butter, which is pretty standard by Mortal Kombat X levels. That's pretty standard percent off a combo. He went from having 40% to 70%.
Ah, nice.
So the question is, okay, pain and gain can't possibly be that good in one, right? Because, there's some combo monster characters in that game that get absurd damage off of a single hit.
Pain and gain on Ermac.
Like, fuck. Well, pain and gain on Ermac, yes, so it's 50-50 guaranteed combo. You don't know what the fuck you're getting into.
50-50 touch of death. Good luck.
Yeah. Or Johnny, who is in the same, more or less, category of 50-50 rushdown monster, who, if he's at maximum style gauge, has absurd combos, and you throw pain and gain on that. Okay, interesting. And the thing is, out of all the 5 cameos we've gotten in Mortal Kombat 1 and in the DLC, we got Chameleon. Pretty cool. Interesting that she's timing based. Makes sense. And Ferrator, Farah, maybe not so crazy, but definitely going to be some stuff there. But we also got the insanity of Joan Cage making every character a puppet character. And it raises the question, okay, Season 2 of DLC for MK1, what the fuck is that going to look like?
Yeah.
How do we raise the bar from here for cameos that just do nonsense? Mortal Kombat X waited until the very...
The Su Hao cameo gives everyone resurrection. He dies in their stead.
Yeah. Su Hao is always a one-use cameo. Your player character kills him in some way that's advantageous. Fucking Melina can eat Su Hao halfway through the match for a health pickup. Mortal Kombat X, right? They waited until the very end. One of the absolute last DLC characters was Triborg. And Triborg was very cool because he put the variation system into a very interesting way of, he's actually 4 characters in one. The variation system is just changing the character. But they waited until the very end of that. The DLC characters leading up to Triborg all still very much function within the pattern set by Mortal Kombat X's base roster. MK1 has, from the very first year of DLC, been off to the races with what the fuck craziness. Where do we go now? I forget. What was the leaked year 2 DLCs? It was definitely... There was definitely Fem Cyrax in there. Cassie. Kung Jin. Noob. Man, I forgot how many ninjas it was. They never leaked the cameos, though. Because the characters were all leaked via voice lines, right? And the DLC, the crossover characters were thought to be Conan. Someone real weird besides Conan. Shit.
Alright, I'm looking at a thing, saying what they might be. Okay, Ed Boon teased. Who gives a fuck? Ed Boon lies. Like, we love Ed, but he does.
Yeah. Yeah, Ed put up a series of polls saying what things would you like for people to return from past entries. And it's like, okay, this is cool and all that Ed's doing this. At the end of the day, Ed doesn't have the final say on this. These have to go through fucking market share testers and shit.
Yeah.
And also some things just have to meet budgetary things. Like, he was like, okay, what single player mode would you guys like to see return? The obvious answer everyone responded with was Mortal Kombat Deception Conquest mode, and it won the poll. And it's like, okay, yes, that's very cool. Everybody loves Conquest mode from Deception. Conquest mode from Deception is never coming back because that would be way too expensive.
Yeah. They should have would have for chess
like
combat.
Street Fighter had World Tour, but I don't think like Street Fighter isn't as graphically intensive as Mortal Kombat is. Like Capcom, the guys at Capcom are not having to bend over the fucking slave racks for the Metro City as hard as the Mortal Kombat devs would have to for fucking NetherRealm.
Yeah. All right, I have found a list of it's a list of both one of alleged leaks and then one according to data mines next to each other.
Okay, because the ones I heard were from voice file lines.
So the alleged leaks are Noob, Kano, Sarina are playable characters. Harley Quinn, Deathstroke, and Doomslayer as guests. Boraicho as a cameo, Jamin as a cameo, Suhao as a cameo, Moloch, and Rain as cameos.
Yeah, I have not heard any of those before other than Noob. Serena would be sick, don't get me wrong, because Cameo Serena already establishes the gimmick of her switching between human and demon forms. But she'd be a weird one to pull other than her involvement in Ashura's own story. Who else did you say for playable roster?
Kano.
Kano would be a pull as well. Kano with no special forces would be odd.
And then
I mean, it'd be neat,
yeah.
but it's like Vega with no Chun-Li or Cammy to menace.
Yeah. And then the guest characters would be Harley Quinn, Deathstroke, and Doomslayer.
Okay. Doomslayer strikes me as particularly pie in the sky wishfulness.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that'd be cool, but no. Harley would actually be a logical follow-up from Joker. However, I don't think that DC would be cool with watching Harley get gorily murdered on screen.
Yeah.
Joker, I think they're a bit more willing to accept. I mean, we've seen Joker die on screen several times across several media. And sometimes pretty messily. Fucking Return of the Joker, Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, where he gets impaled. But Harley, no. Harley's too cutesy. She's too sexy. And they've tried too much to build her up as an icon for little girls. Right?
Yeah.
I don't see it. Deathstroke, again, strikes me too much as someone's fantasy. I don't think Deathstroke's at the top of the list for DC characters to make it in.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to avoid heroes outside of... Well, they've already put in Peacemaker, in fairness. And that's another thing. It's not going to be two DC characters after we've already got one in Peacemaker. And for another thing, for it to be all superheroes would be... I don't know. I guess it could happen, but... I mean, shit. Then they should have held off on Spawn in 11 to get him in here.
Yeah. All right. And here's the data mine list. So, according to the data mines, Noob, Cyrex, Jade, Cassie Cage, Kong Jin are playable. Ghostface, the T-1000, and... Okay. Ghostface and the T-1000 are guests. Kotal Khan with He-Man and Conan as possible alternate costumes.
Right, yeah, it's not He-Man.
Shinnok cameo.
It's also probably not.
Yeah.
It's also probably not going to be Kotal because NRS doesn't like him for some reason.
Yeah. Shinnok, Li Mei, Liu Kang, Quan Chi, and Kintaro as cameos.
Shinnok, Li Mei, and who else?
Liu Kang, Quan Chi, and Kintaro.
Kintaro and Goro both? And Li Mei as a playable character was enough of a stretch. I can't see a Li Mei cameo.
Yeah.
Unless they want to go, if they want the cameo system to be the way that they try to have their cake and eat it, because the Li Mei we have in game is an older woman who is not particularly sexualized at all. And if they want to bring back fucking bikini model Li Mei from Deadly Alliance, I guess the cameo system would be how to do it. Though we actually come to think of it, there is a DLC Deadly Alliance costume for Li Mei in the game right now that puts older Li Mei in a bikini, so I'm not sure what the point would be. And she has all her moves from Deadly Alliance. She has less shit versions of them.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
See, like they say Ghostface, and I know that they mean the guy from Scream, but at the same time, it would be so much fucking cooler if it was Ghostface Killer.
Well, yeah, and take this Def Jam moveset, make him a grappler. So
Yeah.
That way I'll play him. Ghostface as in Scream. I guess Rushdown Knife Guy. Maybe they could have fun. Terrordrome had fun with making Ghostface weird, where he'd summon other ghost faces to grab you, because there's a bunch of dudes pretending to be Ghostface, and it causes weird shit to happen, like props falling from off the screen onto you. I can't see NRS doing that with him.
Okay,
I mean, that's inevitably the thing.
Can one of Ghostface fatalities be the scene from Scary Movie?
There would definitely be a reference. I can definitely see that happening. It always goes back to, I love NRS's Jason. I love NRS's Leatherface. I love those characters in Mortal Kombat X. But Terrordrome still did more fun versions of both of them and Freddy. And I don't expect that trend to break.
Yeah. I mean,
if Terrordrome could make Michael Myers an interesting character to play in a fighting game,
Yeah.
who legitimately has nothing going on other than dude in a mask with a knife.
But yeah, them rumoring Kung Jin, like I can only hope that they actually like rework his character so he's not fucking lame.
Yeah, I think fundamentally that would be the plan with Kung Jin, because Kung Jin, you can tell they want to be proud that he was their first gay representation character, and he was undeniable. I mean, that was before they'd fully doubled down on making Melina bisexual, and Tanya, whatever she is. But you can tell that it was a thing of like, oh, but we fucked up the character. Because I was fine with Kung Jin, but Kung Jin was an asshole in that story, and he was not a fun character to watch.
Yeah.
And his gameplay wasn't very fun. And it was a pain, because it's like, oh, an archer, that's interesting. We've never had an archer in Mortal Kombat before. But he's not any fun. Damn it.
Not only that, but like, was he really that much of an archer? Because like most of the shit that I remember is him taking his bow and using it as a fucking staff in lame ways.
Yes, that's the other problem, yes.
Like, his fucking projectile that I remember is a staff shooting a fireball. Like, it's kind of like if they made him an archer, but like all of his zoning is he pulls out a Glock.
Yeah!
You know? And then for the actual, like, he carries out a bow because, I don't know, he needs you to think that he'll shoot you with an arrow, but he actually just uses the arrows as like knives.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah, I will say, out of all the guest characters proposed, T-1000 actually does seem like the one they could do some interesting shit with. some of the moves kind of already do themselves. Like he would have Glacius's from KI's Glacius's puddle. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll see probably in the we'll see the Street Fighter Season 2 probably this Friday. Mortal Kombat 1 Season 2 we're probably not gonna see until like fucking August or September.
Yeah.
Because Takeda's probably not coming until July. All right, well, guess we'll see then. Would you say that fighting games were, Addy?
Well, actually, there's one last thing that I forgot about. So, Capcom is running a contest where you can get your drawing in the game. Have you heard about this?
Yes.
Yes. You can draw a matchup screen, and if it gets voted on favorably, or if they just really like it, they might use it. This is in the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
I will probably draw Akuma.
Yeah.
Because, you know what, on the off chance that they might actually like my drawing, like, fucking hell, I contributed to my man.
Yeah, give it a shot. If just throw it around, throw it everywhere, get it everywhere, make it messy.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's about it. So, I suppose fighting games were.
All right.